Hello there and welcome back to Japan. With me, it's Howard. Hi, I wonder how many of you guys are coming across on the Discord now. Who's watching and waiting? Who is watching that Bish review that 20-minute review that I keenly posted like 1 minute before going live just to make sure that no one was available for the live chat? Hi, everyone. So, we know how live chat begins. It's beer time. It's a beautiful beer. So who is here? Hello to everyone, and it's time to get back to a little bit more chatting. But first of all, time for a sip. Okay, so 4 people in the room already. That was quick. Who's going to be the first one to type? I know that's the thing, isn't it? Someone's going to be first. Harry, hello, Harry. Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing there? I think we all know that Lejeune is on a temporary hiatus while he actually gets some sleep, which was probably not the worst idea in the world. I was thinking we're going to do some more of those slightly later live streams so that some other people can get involved in future. But today I needed to do it at the usual time, which is good for everyone. Hello, Zimf. Hello, Bubs. How you doing, my friend? I presume you're getting drunk as well. Get your drinks out. So, how is everyone? Thank you all for filtering calmly and politely into the room. I might as well point out that I was working so hard today on recording loads of videos. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get on with recording videos today. And I did so many that I forgot that I actually have to edit and upload some. So then I quickly went, started editing, uploading, which is why the Bish review just went up. And after this live stream, I've got another Bandmade one going up. The next one, which I think is Take Me Higher. The Take Me Higher review, I went and suddenly edited that just now as well. So that's going to go up. Hopefully there's no editing mistakes. I hope so. So anyway, who we got there? Oh, Bubs is not drinking. Well, that's just awful. Terrifying news. Although you are 8 hours behind. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You should be drinking by now. Fernando, hey, nice to see you here as well, Fernando. It's nice that everyone is able to get onto here. CMC, greetings. So I hope you're feeling better, Howard. There was total irony that I just coughed the minute you said that. But yes, a little bit better. My throat still hurts. I still cough a lot. More talking I do, the more I cough. So with all the recordings I did today, videos, and doing a live chat right now, I've probably been coughing quite a bit, but feel much better than I did before. Lenny, good morning, Lenny. Good morning, and welcome to the live chat. Or afternoon. Well, depends on who you're asking. I guess for me, it technically is morning. It's 12 minutes past midnight. It is now the new day. I have my air conditioning all set. So 18 degrees. Fair enough. And yeah, it's today's mainly just been sitting down and working, recording. But it's been all right. Now I brought something back from the shop today and totally forgot where I put it. Oh, it's over there. One moment. Don't worry, it's not something I paid for. It's something that's free. Now, as you guys might know, if you are on the what's it called? If you're on the Patreon, you get first dibs on all of those promotional goods I had, and there was a lot of baby metal ones in there. I just sent the first. Who the hell are they? No idea. I just sent the first baby metal one, went out today. So remember, if you're on the Patreon, give me your postal address if you'd like to receive some freebie in the post. So yeah, that's one thing. But obviously, I'm always checking out the promotional magazines, the freebies and things they give away in the convenience stores here. And one of the ones basically I checked out. I got the new one. And so I thought I'd check it out with you guys now and see what the hell they are promoting. And on the front cover is... Oh, wait, it's got a thing on Bandmade is apparently in this issue. Bandmade are in this issue. Ooh. But these guys are on the cover. Official something. This kanji means men or man. So mandism. I don't know who they are, but they, this is what I was saying before about when you look at music magazines. For people who are making money doing music, they sure don't look happy. I'm so rich and so depressed. Yeah, it's very, very sad when people can have successful music careers and not smile. Let's see what we've got going on in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Next move. Yeah. We got like I said, we had a lot of plans for things coming up towards the end of the year for the channel. Some of them just didn't take off because other people involved weren't able to get involved, and there's a lot of things delayed. Like James's program's been delayed quite a bit. Hopefully Bubbles is obviously getting ready for something new at the beginning of the year. We got a new member hopefully joining the team. I've got to have a little discussion with everyone and work that one out, but someone who's going to hopefully add something rather comical to the channel as well, some extra videos, which is going to be helpful to me. I want to try and up it. I'm doing my 2 videos a day, but hopefully get 3 videos a day quite soon, which would be really great. Something a bit different from my stuff as well. But most of what's coming in December and November are going to be like all the specials and things I promised you guys, like the music theory stuff, the conversation pieces about, sort of like documentaries about difference in Western and Japanese music, the Korea vid. I keep on promoting all this stuff's coming out, but that's basically what most of this is going to be. Why is antivirus software on my screen? Get out my way. So let's have a look here. Confused. Planning and Howard, same sentence, does not compute. Hey, I do a lot of plan. Half of the work I do with this bloody channel's planning. Oh, hey, Andrew's Vlogs. Hi, I remember you. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. What official me, is there a membership system? I would like to join this. Oh, I'm just getting confused. So let's address the elephant in the room. Then the vocals on new Scandal song, ruining it or what? I'm just going to jump in there straight away and say, oh, by the way, first of all, before I say that, hello to Penguin as well. Hi to everyone. Andrew's saying hi to everyone as well. There's a lot of hi, lots of hi going on. Hi, everyone. Hi. Just in regards to the new Scandal song, I'm going to come out and say I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. I don't think vocals are in it one bit. It's a bit jarring when you first hear it, but then it just works in the context of the song. I guess if it was a band who did auto-tune on every single song, and if it came across the way that like Passcode do, Passcode are approaching from a different direction. They do all of their songs with heavy vocal effects. And then you hear a song where you think, oh, it doesn't need it. It feels quite jarring. So it works for most of their songs, but when they don't need it, suddenly it sounds jarring. They've got it. For Scandal, they don't use auto-tune very much. And so on this song's all about sort of weird, cheeky electro-style production in a rock song. And I just think it worked. It was jarring at first, but then after a few listens, I don't even notice it. It just becomes part of the ethos of the song. So I don't have anything against it myself. C. Bill Jones, I'm here. Hello, welcome back. And yeah, just so you know, there is a lot more Silent Siren coming up soon. I've got a few album listen throughs, which are way overdue. I started them today. I've started listening to, actually I did 4 album reviews. I've got started today, including Scandal, Bandmade. I finished the album review today. Got to upload those. Scandal, Silent Siren. There's a lot of stuff coming up on that side. Fernando is right. I do have a 5-year plan. Just don't know what it is yet. I wrote it somewhere while I was drunk. Put it in a box. Locked it away, and I'll check in 5 years and see if I actually did any of those things. How dare anyone mock auto-tune? You'll make the Lord and Savior T-Pain. T-Pain won't take it anymore. Andrew's Vlogs is still saying hi. This could be seen as very lazy trolling if you keep on doing that. Oh, I'd hate to have to set one of the whatever moderators on you. Anyway, where are we going with this? So yes, I was reading from, oh God, they're on the inside cover as well. The Dism people. Having a bit of a dism-jism here, aren't they? They're all over this thing. Don't know who they are. If anyone knows who they are, let me know. Otherwise, let's see what's inside this copy. Let's see what's cool in Japanese music today. Wow, I'm not overly blown away by some of the groups they're putting at the front of this issue. This group, it's like a hairdressing magazine now. What's this? Mad Kid. Even the name sounds ever so slightly off-putting. Okay. So Penguin, I really like it in the song. I'm a bit surprised that it bothers some people so much. Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, auto-tune is one of those things. For some people, it just ruins a song. It's one of those sounds where either it works with your ear. I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes it can do. And with some people, they just hear it and it sounds unnatural in a way that just doesn't work for them. In the same way, you get some people who like clean guitar, acoustic guitar, but can't stand electric guitar. You know, your ears are, you know, some people just have a cut off for certain sounds. So I understand why some people don't like it, but I think it was a good choice for the song. Lenny, did you really just turn a phrase ethos of the song? I think that's fine. That's a phrase. It's okay. I believe. I hope so. Bubs. 5-year plan: 1, make a channel; 2, do videos, question mark. T-shirts maybe, or breakfast. T-shirts are actually starting now. I'm settled in. I'm starting them soon. Apparently YouTube's completely a good count of spammers. Okay. Well, it's a bit hard for me to follow the chat because it's getting filled up with someone repeatedly pasting hi. So away he goes. Right. Da, 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 da. Get this removed. Okay. Seaboard Jones, I hated auto-tune most of my life. Only since I got into some music, J music have I come around. It's down to context. Like I say, it's down to how it's used. I think Japanese music, there's more of that sort of cheeky, quirky music where sometimes it can really work. And I think that's why in Japan, sometimes auto-tune is used a little bit better. You hear it in a lot of Western music. It's used for coolness sake, and that's kind of when it doesn't work. 5-year plan is an old communist trick. Bubs could be the first ever Irish communist. That'd be an interesting one. Andrew, if you don't make a cent, you'll be removed. Oh, I've already removed him. Sorry. Fernando, auto-tune is all right if used properly. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think most of us can agree that auto-tune is not the end of the world. Some people might feel it's unnecessary. Don't get me wrong, the song would have worked without auto-tune. I thought it was an interesting creative choice that didn't damage the song. Robs and Andrew just answered all and banned all. So I get that. Usually I'm not a big fan of auto-tune. I just think it works really well in the song, like you said. Yeah, it's surprising. I mean, I think most of us, when we first heard auto-tune, whether it be with that Cher song or something else, just kind of like, it was like, eh. But then, as with all things, as it's relaxed into commonplace and become more of a subtle thing, some people use it really well. I would actually say there's a lot of songs out there that people don't know have very subtle auto-tune on. You know, if auto-tune is used correctly, you virtually do not even know it's there. People only think of it when it's used in the strong way, to like guide the singer, but auto-tune is used in a lot more music than you might well believe, and by a lot of artists who you would go, really? You know, artists who can sing perfectly fine live, but they just sort of do it to just, you know, make sure that recorded version is perfect. It comes up. There's a lot of techniques that I think people would say that's terrible. You can never do that. That actually appear in a lot of songs that you might not expect they do, and are used just in a subtle way, just because the artist wants a perfect take and maybe just isn't feeling good or just can't get the perfect take out. Some of these things happen. So I mean, like as John was saying, auto-tune sucks. Yes, for some people it really does, but it is one of those things where I think a lot of people don't realize how much it's used, and a lot of people probably don't know that they actually really like songs that have it on. So, Bubs, we should make glorious channel of the drunken pro. We're not going to be drunk all the time. We're not going to be communists all the time. So, Fernando, yes, it can improve a singer's performance, and no one will know about it. Exactly. If it's used properly, no one will know. If Bubs uses it, then he'll use it equally amongst all people because he's got into communism suddenly. So what we got here? Oh my God, there's a new idol group apparently. Idol Calendar or Calendar. There's about 1 million of them. There's another record company trying to make themselves an AKB, perhaps. Oh, 10th anniversary. They've been around for 10 years. All right, fair enough. So what's this we got on the other side? No, I don't know who they are. Oh God, no, not another group from Exile, basically being the macho boy version of AKB. It's kind of just to piss off CMC. Don't Da, 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 da. Perfume. I know, CMC really hates Perfume. I wanted to do a bit more Perfume recently, but unfortunately, I've had a copyright problem with some of their stuff, so I'm just trying to work out which of their albums are so heavily copyrighted and which ones not so much. Let's have a look and see what some of the things coming up here are. So, John, yeah, I know it can be used with all kinds of music. Even Mariah Carey, etc., used it to reach her high notes. If you're using it to reach a note that you can't sing, that's not really okay. It's arguable whether it should be used at all. I don't see it as this evil thing. I know it can be used very badly, but then again, everything can be used badly. I think it's just more normal to hear auto-tune used badly than, say, a lot of other effects. New Evil Bubs channel, Piss Proletariat. Oh, I can never pronounce that. Proletariat preview and reactions. They're just trying to make me say that word. Lenny, auto-tune is just a tool. No one goes crazy over chorus or flange or delay, how it's used. Nothing inherently wrong or evil about auto-tune itself. I agree. Obviously, I think the argument being that auto-tune can allow someone with less talent to compete with people with more talent is why it's seen as being bad. But then again, the argument was leveled against distortion when it came in, or distortion is just a way to, write songs where you fill up the whole sound of it with just a loud distortion, and therefore the writer doesn't have to write an arrangement, the guitarist doesn't even have to play accurately. So you could argue that if you don't like auto-tune, then but for that reason, is it fair to like metal guitars? It's not that simple, but that would be a comparative argument. Fernando, of course, when we can auto-tune the 5-year plan too. Wow. So like auto-tune deciding fate. I'm guessing that's an upgrade to auto-tune that I haven't seen yet, but yeah, auto-tune life choices. Evil Bubs, auto-tune is like CGI. Someday it's Marvel battle quality, other days it's Superman's upper lip. If you want to talk about Marvel battle qualities, I think a lot of us saw the final scene from Black Panther. Basically, I'm not big into those kinds of movies, but Black Panther was a decent movie, and that final scene was total shit. It looked shit. It was horrible. Everything about it was crap, and it was just the movie down to a level. So don't use Marvel as your example. I'm more than willing to take an example like the recent Planet of the Apes films. That was good CGI. That's how you do CGI. Harry, I missed a large portion of this conversation. Had an emergency to take care of here at work. We are talking about the new Scandal song. We were actually briefly. I was hoping that you would get involved in that conversation, but it stemmed from that. And I was kind of saying that although the auto-tune, I know you mentioned that you weren't initially keen on it. The auto-tune in the new Scandal song, in my opinion, isn't 100% necessary, but I do think it's in keeping with the tone of the song, and I don't think it makes the song worse. I don't think it has any negative effect on the song. And as I believe we discussed the other day as well, we already know she can sing, so we know that it's a creative choice, and it's a creative choice that's in keeping with the slightly tweaky electro like rock sound of the song. So in no way does it bother me, and now I've listened to it quite a lot of times since I first heard it. I really enjoy that song. I blank it out. It's just become something to me. But I don't think it's a problem in this song. But we were talking about how some people naturally have an aversion to auto-tune if they hear it at all, and how it's actually used in a lot of when it's used properly and subtly as a corrective tool. It's used in a lot of songs that a lot of people probably would not believe. By artists who you would never expect to use auto-tune, because it's used as a correcting tool, sometimes for totally legitimate or relatively legitimate reasons. Bubs, I'm not entirely sure how it isn't doing this video of reading magazines and randomly chatting. Reminds me of an emergency room at 3 a.m. on a Friday. That's what the white background's for. I just want you to remember that it could be from a hospital, it could be anywhere. I'm not giving away my location, and you guys are still guessing. And when someone guesses, I'll tell you there's been 2 clues dropped so far. I'm not even telling you when the clues arrive. You have to find them. CMC Harry, yeah. I was expressing my dislike for the auto-tune. Yeah, I mean, CMC, I always kind of think of you as being a purist. So I would not surprised at all that you dislike auto-tune. I think of you more as having a purist ear for this kind of thing. Bubs, that's a tongue twister. Always a good way to see if you're too drunk. We are just here for communist propaganda. So good to know. So good to know. I'll put like little communist like marks all over your video thumbnails in future when you start doing more. My favorite song on the newest Silent Siren is Out Monster, lots of auto-tune. Haven't heard that yet. A lot of people have asked me to check out the live version of that video because I was told that the live version is kind of so twee it's disturbing. So I am going to do that as a reaction. Lenny, long before Cher made auto-tune known that their obvious harmonizer effects, Def Leppard don't have a fucking choir yet they sound like they do, and no one cared. And I said that's fake. Phil Collins, the vocal effects on Phil Collins songs are kind of weird. I mean, on all of them. But that was just, it was like, that's what Phil Collins sounds like. I was like, no, that's not what Phil Collins sounds like. That's what Phil Collins chooses to sound like. Yes, but your point is totally legitimate. And like I say, I do think this partly comes down to that whole thing of auto-tune is singled out because of the fact it can be used rather than a creative thing. It can be used just directly to take someone who cannot sing and put them in a position where they can release records. So I do understand that angle, but it would be wrong to assume that just because someone uses auto-tune, they therefore cannot sing. No, that simply isn't true. It's just that it's a way of affecting the way that your voice sounds, a way of making your voice have a slightly unnatural click. But as you say, it's no more unnatural when used creatively than having a harmonizer, a phaser especially, you know. Or, you know, people use reverb all the time. They sound like they're in a bigger room than they're actually in, you know. CMC, where's Daisy? Daisy's over there. Daisy is her English name when she's on holiday. Alvian, is that right, Alvian? Are you going to do more Tricot songs? Alvian, good question and hello. First of all, you might have noticed that the Tricot video has disappeared. Why has it disappeared, you may ask? Because they postemptively blocked it. I'm sad to say, you know, I'm not going to push this issue too much because I know we've had this conversation a million times. I'm going to go around and say it again. Really don't understand bands who do this, but especially small bands. I mean, the video had about 64 views, I think, and had, you know, like 12 or 13 likes when it was blocked. And, you know, credit to them, they didn't give a copyright strike. They just sort of said, we don't want this shared. But it's like, come on, guys. Free publicity. So I would love to do more Tricot. I enjoyed what I heard, and I'd like to hear more from them. But if I do more, then it probably won't be in reaction view. It might be in a review format where I just talk about the song, which is a shame because I want to share these songs with people. But there you go. So hopefully, Alvian, but thank you for asking the question anyway. It was a point that did need to be brought up. I hope that it does come around. I hope we do get to see more. Zimph, how close were my Hakodate and I'm not going to tell you how close you were because that would be a clue, and I'm being very careful about how I'm leaving the breadcrumbs because it's one of those ones where like one over-the-top clue could really give it away, and clue one was a really big clue, and no one picked up on it at all. So clue two, in case you didn't know, is the fact that there are bears. Quite a lot of bears around here. Yeah, it causes problems at this time of year because they have to eat a lot to get ready for hibernation. And I got 2 dogs outside. So just don't eat my dogs, all right? And I also got no lock on my door. Probably shouldn't have said that online. But got a like internal lock, but not a lock to get into the building, which means I hope I don't find a bear in my building. So let's have a look here. Penguin, it is also not the first time that they used auto-tune as a creative choice, so it wasn't that surprising to me as it was using this song. Fair enough. I mean, like I said, I'm getting ready to do like some pretty extensive Scandal reviews. They won't be reactions, they'll be reviews because Scandal's not one of those groups who I can't, unfortunately, upload the videos because they copyright block me when I do, but Scandal is one that I'll be doing, so hopefully I'll be hearing more of that. I know there was a lot of fans who said that they turned from being more rock to more pop as they moved along, and there was a change in their sound, but I'll be hearing that because I'm going to listen to the albums in chronological order, you track by track, hopefully of them over the coming few months, maybe the coming year, because there's quite a lot of them, but I'd be interested to find that out myself. Harry, I'm not thrilled with the auto-tune, but the more I listen to it, less it affects me. I can still hear Helena's voice, and it sounds like her even with the rev of electric. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, this is kind of what Lenny was saying, because it is effect. It's being used for creative purposes. As someone who really likes her artistry, I can understand that you might be more thinking, well, I want to hear her voice because I like her voice. But, you know, as I say, I see this as a creative choice and nothing more. And the rest of the song was so good. You totally agree. Absolutely loved it. Lenny, auto-tune was used to keep Ozzy in key. So what? I'm not a Black Sabbath fan, but yeah, what Metalhead fans say about that, totally agree. Another good example when that happens. But they're sort of going, well, I'm sure their excuse would be something like, oh, but it's Ozzy and he's too old to record. We really want him to do more. It's like, well, then it doesn't matter. You're still basically asking for someone to use correction because they can't do it. So if you're not willing to let go of Ozzy because he can't sing right anymore, then don't complain when people use it creatively. It's a double standard. Comes up a lot, fortunately, with hardcore metal fans. It's just true. You get a lot of them who have double standards, which is one of the things I love about this channel. As I always say, we have a conversation thing here, which is so great. Although I did on my Renair bandmade video, I got a rather strange comment, which you guys might have seen. I reacted to. I woke up this morning and there was a comment. I was like, "Oh, okay, what?" And I was like, "Okay." I'm gonna get a reply to this, and I'm waiting to see if he claps back at me from that. Anyway, let's have a look here. Evil Bubs, the clue is communism. He's like, stop with the communism. It's supposed to be a secret plan. You're gonna ruin PFP's plans, and they will kill you. CMZ, I'd say Ozzy was in tune. Struth, blimey, you could knock me down with a feather. I don't know. I know that's sarcasm, but I don't know which angle you're approaching the sarcasm from there. And I need to keep up with the comments, so I'm going to move on. I agree on later listens. It meshes better to my ears, says Zinth. It's just really jarring on first listen. Yeah, it was jarring for me on first listen. But just because as a band like Scandal, from what I know of them, I never expected to hear autotune. But then, like I say, once I knew where the song was going, by the end of the first listen, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Because once you know where the song's going sonically, it kind of fits in and makes more sense. Fernando, bears have 5-year. Are you talking about communist bears? Is that what hibernation is? They're sharing their digestion fairly over a 6-month period. Can you see Russia from where you are, Lenny? Good question. Good question. But no, you can't physically see Russia from any point in Japan. Well, unless you include those islands that have been occupied. I can't see those islands. But Georgie, hey, how you doing, man? And konbanwa indeed, although as it is 20 to 1 in the morning, I guess it's kind of more of a Ohio gozaimasu. But I'm willing to take it depending on where it's konbanwa for you, isn't it? Actually, Russian time. Verbs. For clarification, bears in this case, yogi type bear with a burly, hairy logger who swings I'm a lumberjack and twerks up. You know, your comments just kind of paint their own picture. I'm going to let them stand on their own. Lenny, Ozzy used the autotune before he was too old. I don't know because I don't like Black Sabbath, but I guess that doesn't surprise me either. Although the song he did with DMX, that was interesting. I liked that just for being so like, what the fuck am I listening to? But that was a really interesting moment when Ozzy did a song with DMX. And a few other people, actually. Ozzy used, I read that one. CMC Ningen is still kicking ass and adding English subtitles again, reaching out to foreigner fans. I think Ningen were wise enough to realize that their internet popularity came from foreign people who saw, oh, it was this weird Japanese band. And they respected that. They played to it. And I think that I so much support what they're doing. Like I said, their music isn't totally my style usually, although I really love their new song. It's probably my favorite one by them thus far. Really good song. Not unusual style, but I just love their whole ethos, their whole approach. Ozzy had built in auto out of tune for his entire career. Well, I think his voice was so it's hard to tell if he was in tune or not. I'm not sure if he was even aiming for notes. Harry, Queens are trumps. Used auto-tune in Haruna's English parts. My guess on that was to mask her accent. Queens are trumps. So much about that name is really throwing me right now. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know, but I have to admit that, like I say, nothing wrong with that. If everyone's on board with why they're doing it and they think it genuinely makes the song a better listen, a more enjoyable listen. Did everyone see our host featured on another YouTube channel? Yeah, thank you, Lenny, for dropping that in. That was really quite funny. Really, I thought Komkatka is close. So yeah, I can't honestly say that I can't honestly say that I hadn't expected at some point to appear on one of those multiple reactions videos that people put up, and it was really weirdly cut as well, but it was kind of cool to see my face jammed into the side. And I noticed it was a day when I had an itchy nose, because at the beginning of the video I'm like, yeah. So I would also look like the only person in that video who had a disease of the face. Fernando, I liked the Nintendo Is latest video, even though they still scare me a bit. Yeah, I like them. Oh, and on the Ningen video, did you guys see? I also got a gnarly comment on that one for I also got a gnarly comment on that video for apparently not appreciating the guy who was doing the interpretive dance in the video. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a dance reviewer. And no, I don't recognize him. They were sort of like, oh, you gaijin, you don't know who he is. It's like, I'm pretty sure that if you took his picture and showed it to most Japanese people of my age, they probably wouldn't know who he is either. Most dancers are not exactly the most famous people. So no disrespect to the guy, but the guy was, this commenter was clearly trying to rile a reaction, and it was, well, I miss the days when trolls were good. Trolls are so lame now. It's come on, try harder. And it was just trying to provoke a reaction, but doing it really lazily. Anyway, Sean, hello, Sean. Hi, how are you, dude? It's good to see and hear your voice. Good to see you here as well. But you know, you're always welcome, sir. We're always here. We're always here, and hopefully Sean will be joining us for some projects in the future, although we're still working out the details on that, so it'll be a few months away, but we're going to hopefully start working on a project together soon for the channel. CMC Nintendo is switching things up. Fernando, oops, autocorrect. I kind of figured, Fernando, that was autocorrect, but I like your autocorrect. Nintendo Is sounds amazing. Someone should do I should do an 8-bit version of their song and call it Nintendo Is. I like this. Have a look and see what's going on here. Harry, Queens of Trumps is the name of Scandal album, as well as the title track of Said I Was Speaking of the song itself. And this is what happens when I don't remember the name of anything, because I didn't remember that was the case. Looking forward to it. Georgie, hello. Me and Georgie are going to be working on a different project as well next year, although I don't think it's so much for this channel, but it will be something as a video project. So hopefully if we get it all sorted, it will also be available for you guys to view. By the way, if you're on this and you're enjoying this extremely fast ramble along, I need more beer, then do press like. I've only got 4 likes in this video so far, and obviously likes are good for the channel and they bring more people in. Yay! It's good beer. It's the Suntory Seasonal Rich Malt. This is not a year-round one. It's a special one for 2019. Apart from Kevin Fedline. Of course. Yasmin, hi Yasmin. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us, by the way. As always, feel free to get involved in the chat. So Sean, famous dancer who banged Britney Spears. Thanks, bro. We are indeed buddy. Yes. I love the fact that you've started by clarifying who Kevin Federline is. I believe he married her for all of about 2 hours as well. Bubs, next section, dancers who bang J-Lo. Oh, God. Can we try and keep this slightly on the Japanese music section of things? I don't want to get into Western gossip, please. Ishval, hey, man, I started watching your videos recently, and I was wondering what's your favorite artists were. That's a good one. Do you mean, I have to, because I love so much music, I have to specify, do you mean like Japanese? Or do you mean sort of like Western artists from when I was growing up that side? I mean, if we were, I have to keep my answers relatively concise because so many comments are coming in today. Oh my God. But if we're talking about Japanese artists who I've been listening to for obviously a very long time now, I mean, the first Japanese artist who I really enjoyed was actually solo singer Otsukai, who was fantastic variation of music. I mean, most people only know for the sort of the pop rocks things, but she did everything from sort of piano ballads to really crazy sort of punk and thrashy songs, like so much variation on what she did. But then lots of other bands I got into. I'm a big fan of a fairly unknown rock band called Lazy Guns Brisky. Although, again, they're fairly straight shooting. They're not like the most inspiringly mad band, but they're just really sort of good time, enjoyable band. But a lot of the groups I've enjoyed through this channel, Bandmate I've really enjoyed. Silent Siren were a surprise. I've ended up really loving their sort of, they got such a fun, infectious way of doing what they do. It's really, really, it's poppy, but it just has class to it. It's well performed, as well as being, you know, kind of cheesy, sugary fun. I've really enjoyed Bish, actually. Bish have been a big surprise to me, because I thought they were just going to be a girl band, but then they just started doing all this insane music at the same time. There's been so many artists I've enjoyed on there. So yeah, I will. I would say in general, you've just said in general. Well, I growing up, I mean, the problem is I like so much stuff, and it sounds like such a cliche thing to say, but it's really true. I like so much stuff. Yeah, from really heavy all the way down to like jazz, classical, pop stuff, rap stuff, everything I kind of enjoy. But I mean, growing up, the bands that always inspired me were the ones who did a wide variation. And I didn't really realize that at the time. I mean, for example, when I grew up, there was in England, there was the whole Blur Oasis thing. And I never understood why people liked Oasis. And I still don't. But Blur made sense to me. It's like, here's a group who can do pop. You know, you've got really poppy songs like sort of the country house sort of style thing. Then you've got things like the Universal, which is bordering on classical. Then you've got Song 2, which is thrash. Then you've got all those other songs on their albums, which are totally experimental. You've got ballads, you've got everything. So I think the group who always inspired me most growing up was Blur, because I was always taken by the. In fact, the first time I ever really registered who Blur was, I grew up with a little radio, but I didn't have a CD player until I left my house age 15. That was the first time I was ever actually able to own music. And I just went around a CD shop and just thought, oh, what am I going to buy? And then there was like the Blur Best Of album. And I just was like, I think this was when I was 15. And I was looking at the back and I just kind of saw, I recognized, there's a couple of songs on here I know. Bought it and I got home, listened to it, and I recognized like every song. I was like, wow, I just loved it. I couldn't believe it. I recognized like every song. I was like, this is the same band? This is all the same band? And it just suddenly clicked to me that all that stuff I'd heard on the radio just sort of growing up was, like that. So yeah, for me, any group who can switch their style, who can give you more than one thing, which is why one of my least favorite thing are these fans of bands who go, oh, you can't do that, you've changed, or you were punk, now you're not punk, you were metal, now you're not metal, you were pop, why are you doing experimental stuff? That's always been a thing for me. Anyway, I'll quickly move on because my comments are starting to go off the top. Sean, stop talking about people who've banged J-Lo. Sorry, where was I with this? So Kishan says my sister's name, Thanya. Oh, say my sister's name. Hi, Thanya. I don't know you, but hi. Am I pronouncing it right? I'm not even going to talk about what Bubs and Sean are talking about now. It's gone into a whole different direction. CMC, Lazy Arms Brisky did a two-man show recently while with Mutant Monster. Doesn't surprise me, actually. I think I heard about that, but even without remembering 100% whether I saw something about that, those are two bands who just definitely would be awesome to see together. They just work together. They've got a similar thing, which is that both of them have a very sort of simple sound, or from what I can tell of Mutant Monster, but just get every last just good songwriting idea. They just know how to write stripped back, really good songs. So I'm impressed with that, and I definitely should see that if they do more shows like that. Fernando, what's up with Japanese bands releasing new singles on the same day? Bandmaid, Scandal, Nyanganes, and 3 other bands. Don't know about the 3 other bands, actually. You should tell me. I don't know, but remember the 5th of November. That's what I'm going with. It was all on November 5th. They all suddenly dropped. I thought that was brilliant. It might be because they're getting ready to drop like pre-Christmas albums, maybe, because people actually buy albums in Japan, which means that releasing your album before Christmas might actually result in sales, where if you're doing that in the West, no one gives a damn. So let's have a look here. Harry, the therapy must be working. He didn't mention perfume. Oh yeah, although you did go in there, you poked him with a stick there, you reminded him. Let's have a look here. Fernando's, Bubs is talking about communists again. So Fernando, he did show the magazine article about perfume, and it didn't spark the reaction I expected. In fact, CMC has been very quiet about that kind of thing, which is nice. He's matured with us. See, even I'm poking the stick now. So let's have a look. Ishval, their Christmas, Charmless Man is great. Yeah, sorry, I read Christmas. The song Charmless Man is brilliant. That's one of the first songs I remember actually really registering with them, because I love that bit at the beginning of the first verse where it breaks down to just the piano. And it was one of the first songs I remember learning on piano, because I was just like, it's just kind of fun. You can just sort of play it and sing it really easy. So a lot of the time, if I go anywhere where there's like a piano, that'll be one of the first songs I sit down and just play Childless Man, because it's really fun to do. And brilliant as always. Blur had, I mean, I think Graham Coxon's fantastic, but Alex James, the bassist, is, in my opinion, one of the greatest bassists ever in any band. And I do think that stands up to scrutiny. If you listen to what he does, it's amazing. And Childless Man was a good example of that as well. He really brilliantly held that song together. And unlike most great bassists, he sort of like, his bass is quiet in the mix. He kind of has everything restrained. He doesn't try to force himself forwards, with exception to song 2, where what everyone thinks is the guitar line is actually the bass line, because the guitar just plays like one note during the chorus. The famous riff is a bass riff, and that's about the only time he really was like pushed forwards. Let's have a look here. Sean, I do miss you though. I miss you too, Sean. Are you drinking as well? It sounds like it sounds like we're both drinking. I love you. I miss you too. I love you too. I miss you as well. It is true. So Kishan, say my name, please. Thanisha and my grandma Thana. Thanisha and Thana. So, okay. So is it Thanya, Thanisha, and Thana? Hi. Now, I've never been asked to say names before, so I'm really interested what the angle is here. Is everyone sitting there waiting for their name? Because hello to everyone who's sitting there waiting for your name. Hello. I love this. I love when people have requests and I don't understand them fully. But yeah, give me more context. I really want to know the backstory behind this. Bubs, what does an Xmas #1 look like in Japan, or any of the oddities #1? Oh, no, it doesn't really work like that. The charts are kind of like an all year round thing of relative interest, but there's no, because Christmas isn't really a thing. So there's not a Christmas #1. I mean, yeah, people don't even have a day off on Christmas. I know a lot of people have started celebrating the traditions, and there's a whole KFC tradition that you guys have probably heard about through social media. Japanese love to have. I might have kept. I had like a little advert for. Don't worry. But yeah, there's things like that, but there's not really anything like that. So oddity #1s don't really come up, unless someone wants to correct me. I can't think of any example of that. So we got a scientist. Hello, hi. Hi to scientist Alif Frumi. Hello to you, sir, and welcome to the conversation. Fernando, hey, how about a Christmas song special from Japan and the Far East? Interesting. There are Christmas songs in Japan. We actually covered a couple on the radio show before we came over to doing Back a Breakdown. And one of them is one by a band who made Bubs nearly die. Bubs will know this because it was a Japanese group who famously did a cover of I Should Be So Lucky, a rap cover of I Should Be So Lucky. And upon hearing it, Bubbles lost all willingness to live and is now still recovering. But they did do a Christmas song as well. And the Christmas pop rap song, was based on the disturbing choice of using Abide With Me as the loop for the backing song. It did work quite well, but the fact that Abide With Me is seen as being a Christmas song at all, if you know what that song is about, is really disturbing. I think anyone who thinks that Abide With Me is a Christmas song has some really disturbing ideas of what they think Christmas should be about. So yes, that is one of the interesting ones. But there are some funny little Christmas songs here. I think virtually every like pop artist I can think of in Japan has taken a swing at a Christmas song. So that's a good idea, actually. I might do a Christmas special. I don't celebrate Christmas, I should point out, but I might just do it for you guys. I'll do my little Scrooge act, and I'll do a Christmas special for you guys. So look here, Bubs. Putty Hook Lemmy, dude from Left 42, awesome bass players. I don't know all of them. Lemmy, I agree with. I don't know enough of them, in all fairness. So I'll take your word for that. Harry, Scandal has a cover of Christmas song on their Our Girls Rock album, which is an all cover album close to an EP. That's an interesting one, actually. So I'll check that out as well. Obviously, when I get around to it, I might just bring that one forward If it's a cover song and they're doing, I might do that. If I'm doing a Christmas special, I'll do that. CMC, it's Christmas pot, Christmas pigeons. Have you reserved your KFC Christmas roast yet? No, I'll tell you why not. KFC is actually losing their business stranglehold in Japan. If you look at a lot of the business information, they're becoming less and less popular. I think that's because people are waking up to the fact that, yeah, KFC, don't get me wrong, I like KFC. KFC is good chicken. But Japan has the best fried chicken in the world, in my opinion. And so KFC, which is so great everywhere else, is actually in Japan is the worst chicken, in my opinion. You get better chicken, fried chicken on the hot counter in the convenience store here. The chicken in Japan is so good. And KFC is really expensive in Japan because it's got a novelty factor. So I think people are now getting their Christmas chicken actually elsewhere, even though KFC started the whole tradition. So I myself will probably be getting my KFC at the Lawson around the corner, which has a really great hot counter. And then I don't have to reserve it. They'll just be cooking it on the hot counter when I arrive, and I'll just pick it straight up. So that's how it works. So someone who has a really interesting hook says they love KFC as well. Good for you. KFC is good. Why not love KFC? That's what I say. But the chicken is better. The other chicken. Bubs. Motherfucking I should be so lucky cover. Yeah, it made me agree with Thanos, and I wish for a plague. Oh, you and your Marvel references. Just because you know I don't really watch those films. Harry, the song is Koibito ga Santa Claus. Okay, that kind of threw me off. I didn't expect that when I came around to the next line. Santa Claus. Okay, that should be easy to find then. Thank you. Okay, good point then, guys. I'll consider doing a Christmas special. Fernando, up the debate. Who is the better drummer, Akane or Joanna? Akane. Look, I don't know enough to do a fair comparison, but I haven't heard anything to suggest that Akane doesn't come out the best on that. But I can't really give a fair comparison at this point. So, in all fairness, I will give a better opinion when I know more. But I would be very surprised if the answer to that wasn't Akane, just because, I mean, the way that she plays. I mean, I was saying about Misa. Misa is an amazing bassist. But I've heard other bassists on a similar level to her. She is a real credit to the band, but I wouldn't say she's like the greatest bassist in the world because there are other bassists who are on her level. There is a lot of extremely good bassists out there. I think genuinely good drummers are harder to find because drummers seem to play a lot like guitarists. You get a lot of show-off ones who are just good at showing how good they are, but don't know how to extract the best from a song. It's one of the reasons why I always say Travis Barker's so good, because he can do show-off stuff, but then if you put him in a simple song, he'll dial down his style and just extract what needs to be extracted from the song to make it better. And that, I think, is one of Akane's qualities. I have no doubt that she could do a drum solo, but most of what she does is very dialed back because she knows where and when to use her talent. And that is why I think good drummers are harder to find, and so I would be more surprised to find someone of direct comparison to her quality than I would maybe to other musicians. I mean, like I said, this is always unfair for someone like Konami because Konami is a fantastic guitarist, but that's the most ubiquitous thing to be in the world, unfortunately. So it does make it harder for people like her to stand out, to a lesser degree Misa, but for Akane, she's playing against a slightly less competitive field and, you know, acing it. So I think in most battles you can name, I'm probably going to put Akane's name first. Sorry. But I admit to not knowing enough about both of them to give a fair comparison. Bubs, right, I'm going for a beer after mention of that. I should be so lucky. Come up from PTSD. You enjoy that and you come back and do some videos soon. I know he's ramping up to it, but he's got so much has been happening to Bubs this last year that we kind of, after I came back from Korea, I think he's been recovering more than I have. Lenny, no bias. Yeah, I know. I am biased on certain levels, but I mean, honestly, I'm biased because of the fact that her quality is so good. Unlike some of my other biases, which we don't talk about. But no, she genuinely deserves all the praise she gets. Akane has better material to play with and enhance it more, I think. I would argue that from a drumming perspective, see, this is okay. I'm going to say this because, and I don't want anyone to sort of take this comparison too literally, but try and understand what I'm saying here. I mean, I use the Travis Barker comparison with Akane a lot because I think it's actually quite relevant. In the okay, obviously Travis Barker playing with Blink-182, they musically are much less complicated than Bandmade, but there is this similar thing that both of them are presenting songs that kind of rock along and kind of both lend themselves to, you know, doing the same beat in every song. I don't really think that the material that Bandmade produce is a drummer's dream. I really don't. It's a bassist dream, it's a guitarist dream. For a singer, it's fantastic, but for a drummer, their tempos are not varied enough, and they don't do songs which are like 3/4 and stuff like that. So they are more, as a band, I think the way their songs are written don't really give much for a drummer to play with, which is one of the reasons why I think what she does is so amazing. I think when the songs are written, I think they're written for the way it's going to sound melodically, but then just by having the bassist they have and having the drummer they have, they manage to extract more interesting rhythm from the songs than I think can be fairly deserved. And I think that's one of the reasons why they stand out so much as a band. So I do know your point, but I think that the fact they have fantastic songs doesn't mean they have songs that are necessarily a drummer's dream. To be honest, a drummer's dream is rap, because on rap, you can do anything. You know, I mean, the songs are designed basically like, you know, flip up the rhythm, you know, just do whatever you want. So it's important to remember that what is good for a musician isn't always just what is the best song. That's just my opinion. No bias on this channel. Exactly. No bias. None. Personally, I agree, Akane, but I've heard other people saying the opposite. If they can bring me reasons, I'll be interested. Then he only bisses ambitious. Missed what you're replying to. Apologies. Clarify. I'm not quite sure what that is going. I'm not sure what that's in reply to. Sorry. Alvian, man, too bad your video got takedown. I hope that's not going to prevent you from doing reaction review their song, because I'm curious about your opinion of Tricott's songs. Yeah, like I say, I'm not going to 100% give up on that. And if you are on our Reddit as well, we have a secret OneDrive account that you can access through our Reddit, which has any band reviews go on there. So if there's a review I really want to do that I know won't get uploaded to YouTube, I'll put it on there. Or if there's one that went up to YouTube and then got banned, I'll put it on there. So like the Tricot one will be moved to that OneDrive account. So do check out our Reddit as well. JWS is back. Manny Stone Roses, best bassist ever, but only when teamed with Rennie and drums. Yeah, teamwork. Like I said, this is how Bandmade are so good. And there's no disrespect to say I can't. It'd be hard to say any one of them is the greatest at their instrument in the world, but together they make a perfect team. I'm not 100% sure that Manny from Stone Roses is best bassist ever, but I know a lot of bassists really love him. But I think he's okay. I'm not that mad about him, but he's good. Elvin, I list some Tricot songs. I hope you get to. Thanks for you. Yeah. I take a lot. There's also on the Reddit a suggestion thread. So put any songs you want me to react to in there as well, and I'll try to get around to them as best as I can. So yeah, CMC is saying hi to JWS. CMC has been maturing recently, JWS. So we need you to come in there and just add that low level of trolley grit to keep everything, you know, properly toilet humor level. I hope there's no football taking you away from us today. Yes, everybody, hi self, a nice range. I like the Tricot song, like a heavier Frederick Oddloop. Very interesting reference, actually, Lenny. Very interesting. I should come back to that group as well. Very interesting reference. I didn't think of that at all. But yeah, that's kind of true. CMC. Okay, thanks. Yes, the wrench of rectum is present and correct. Tricot audio tree session worth looking at. I'm going to look at a few things. Gakric Spin have a great new drummer. Yuri, keep your eye on her. Gakric Spin block every single video I post. I know my first reaction went up, but now they block everything. So I've kind of, as much as I enjoyed them, I've kind of not been keeping an eye on them at all. You block every reaction I put in. Not only does it mean I'm not going to share your music, but it also kind of reduces my interest. Sorry. Sean, dude, I am watching you from the telly. That means I'm huge. Let me just sort of, all right, you know that scene from The Ring? I'm going to do that, okay? So I'm going to appear in your room. I'm coming out of a television now, Sean. I'm coming out of a television. I'm in your room. No, I hope that was creepy. Just nice. A promotion. It's well earned, CMC. No, I can be arsey. Sorry, CMC control today. I like the fact you backed out in a trolly way. dick. So, Harry, been waiting for the full Saishu Hey Kimi review to appear on the OneDrive. Oh yeah, my bad. Actually, I forgot about that because I had to edit it. I kind of forgot that it's the edited version that's on. All right, yeah, I'll pop that in as well. It's on this computer, and it's the other computer that's got OneDrive account linked to it. So I'll do that. Sorry. Success through sarcasm, triumph through trolling. Tentative title for my new self-improvement course. Improve yourself by ruining everyone else's day. Only $29.99 for Christmas. Christmas. Oh, up to 10 likes and 14 viewers. Thank you very much, everyone who's there. Even if you're not talking, I just appreciate anyone who's here enjoying this session with us. Just, it's nice to have people in the room enjoying the conversation. Sibo, I didn't realize Gacric Spin block crap. Damn it. Yeah. I had like so many Gacric Spin reviews. I wanted to get them on the OneDrive as well. Unfortunately, a lot of them got damaged when the old computer went down. So some of them have been lost. So unfortunately, there might not be much Gacric Spin happening at all, but maybe I'll be able to return to them in the future. Who knows? Hopefully they'll do a scandal and take a bit more control over their record company and get around that stupid little block. Lenny, who was that nice band who commented on your breakdown? We had a few, but Walking After You was one of the most notable ones. Also, I was told that although apparently they are now breaking up, I was told that Lady Baby have also commented on one of our videos. I never actually found the comment, but I was told that it definitely happened, which is a shame. But yeah, apparently they're breaking up, but in a sort of temporary, probably will come back in another form again way. So I might pick up on some of their music as well before they are done. RGS on Victor. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're on Victor. Well, there you go. There's explanation. So long as they're on Victor, they will never ever be viewable. Victor are just shit. I'm just going to say that they're just shit. They have no. They live like in the past. They're just ridiculous. Yeah, just useless. And if you've ever been to their office, it looks boring. You've got boring office and they're crap. Sorry, I'm just being mean now. But yeah, their building is one of the most boring buildings you've ever seen in the world, which says everything you need to know. Even their logo is boring. Everything about them is boring. And I don't like them. And I'm just being mean because I hate them because I think they're suffocating artists. They're literally just taking artists and they're stopping them getting out into the world, stopping them being shared. And I hate that. Apparently Victor are connected to Scandal, which is probably the reason why Scandal's music can't be shared. I'm not talking about just illegally sharing it. I'm talking about doing a review where I talk over the song so no one's ever going to download it. But yeah, screw Victor. Can you upload videos in Discord? No, only accept 8 megabyte maximum file size. There's a channel called Victor. I'm not surprised actually. I should sub to that channel. I'll go find it. Actually, I think CMC posted a link from this Fuck Victor channel actually, so I'll check that out. Victor are accountants then. I mean, let's be honest, most record companies are, but they are the sort of accountants who, they're the sort of accountants who are the reason why Japanese businesses still advertise their fax numbers. They're the sort of accountants who still think that it's 1975. They're just killing people. Not literally killing people. I'm not accusing them of murder. However, what they're doing, in my opinion, is equally disturbing. They're killing music. Because look at the bands who've spread overseas, like Bandmate and Baby Metal. I know that Baby Metal have been known and the Muse have been known to be rather snarky with their legal stuff as well. But as a general, they're not stopping their music being shared. So, and what happens to the bands who are stopping their music being shared? Scandal, one of the most famous bands in Japanese history. If you successfully post one of their videos, it doesn't get anywhere near as many watches as a Bandmate one. Bandmate a much newer, much smaller band who are touring internationally and gaining success quickly. And I don't think it's a coincidence. You stop people sharing your music, you stop yourself building a fan base. Victor are totally to blame. And Sony are on a similar level, by the way. Just point this out as well. As many people have noted, Sony do a similar thing. So it's not just Victor, but Victor are definitely far into, living up their own asses. Yes, Scandal on the Victor sub-label. Not surprised. Just a shade of screw Victor showing through, yeah. So Penguin, thank you for introducing me to Glim Spanky. Yeah, brilliant band. Thank you to CMC for introducing me to them as well. I think it was the one who recommended them, first of all. I watched a lot of your videos, but I don't comment a lot. Really appreciate your reviews. Do you know what? That like I said, that means a lot to me. I've always said on always say in the sections that just statistically, you get so many statistics from YouTube. It's really brilliant. It's very clear that we have a lot of regular viewers who just never say, never comment. They just sort of come in to just view, move on about their day, which is fine. That's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll be honest, I follow a lot of channels that I never ever comment on their videos. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I always worry with those people because I'm not hearing from them. I'm just sort of hoping that they're enjoying what I'm putting out. Because obviously if I don't get feedback from them, which, like I said, I don't expect, if I don't get feedback, I just really hope they enjoy it nonetheless. So thank you. As someone who's been from that particular position, that actually is something that I really appreciate hearing. It's kind of good. It's like a weight off my shoulders to hear someone say that occasionally. So thank you very much. I continue to do my best. JWS, accountants kill progress in music. They do, but we I know I'm going to say something controversial here, but having worked in the music industry, music wouldn't exist without accountants. You need someone to do the paperwork. You need someone to make sure that the music does get properly commercialized. Because if it's not properly commercialized, no one ever hears it. So we do need accountants, but we need to remember they are accountants. And that's where they stay. They need to stay in the accounting department. CMC, Scandal's new single was blocked on JP Records podcast. Only their international distributor. That sounds like Victor. Are you pretty sure Victor will probably try to sue JPU over that? I mean, it'll be something ridiculous happen. This is how out of touch these people are. Really enjoyed the new Glim Spanky video that put me in my usual place in the minority. That was the one, that was the sort of the acted piece with the actress who goes from the table and sort of does all this stuff. I think it was that one. I like that. I thought there was more potential in it, but it was like the start of a good idea, but I didn't feel it really developed, if that's what we're talking about. Then Baby Metal will be the Thriller in Manila next year. Well, they're doing a Philippine show. Unless I'm missing a Muhammad Ali reference, but they're not going to fight Muhammad Ali, are they? Wait, that can't even happen. Performing in Ma Arena, no less. So they are performing in. Okay, all right, that makes sense now. Okay, so interesting. Actually, I might be tempted to see them in the Philippines. Actually, really enjoyed the. Oh, you said about. Sorry, I read that. I've stopped commenting on videos I hate for obvious reasons, so I am one of the viewers on your perfume uploads. Fair enough, JWS. Fair enough. With Iron Maiden, interesting. I have to listen to some Iron Maiden to decide if I actually like Iron Maiden enough to see that show. Oh, we got some long comments. Let me read them quickly. Fernando, I've cursed you before because you keep introducing me to new bands with your reviews. I can barely keep up listening to all these new groups. Thanks, but damn you too. I appreciate that as well. Yeah, that's what I want this channel to be. There's a few things, but I keep on saying this. Discussion is one thing, but also I want to, when I find new bands, I want you guys to find new bands as well. There was an article I read a couple of years ago, didn't surprise me one bit, but it just kind of confirmed it, that's saying that, a lot of sociology studies had showed that most people, when they pass the age of 30, which according to statistics includes the majority of the people who watch this channel, don't ever find any new bands or don't look for them, actively stop looking for new music to listen to. And I understand that's the age where, you start seeing newer generation, you start feeling quite separated when you get to 30, even though it's not old. You get to 30, you do feel separated now from the sort of teenagers and people who are listening to music. And so because you're not really in touch with new music and it's a new generation, maybe people stop listening, but there is so much music out there that isn't just the pop stuff. And to me, I always love finding new music. And sometimes I find myself just not looking as much as I should because of the fact that I already know what I like so much. So I wanted to do this. I see so many bands doing so many things in the music industry that I wanted to actually sort of actively start getting involved with listening to more new stuff and commenting on it. And like I say, so many bands who are really popular I hadn't listened to because I've just been interested in the bands who were, the ones who I found playing locally or working with record companies I'd used to work with. So, sort of bands like Lazy Guns, Brisky and things like this, what I was listening to. And at the same time, I wasn't hearing things like, the three big bands we've been covering on here, Bandmade, Baby Metal, Scandal, Silent Siren, these bands I just hadn't really heard because I hadn't been looking in that direction. So it's been fun to listen. But basically, my point being that it's really enjoyable that you guys have been able to share that with me and that I've actually been able to connect to people who can appreciate that that's what you should be doing. You should always be looking for new music, even if it does cost you too much money. Harry, this is partly YouTube's fault. I think it's their copyright registered to block everyone discriminately if they have a license on music or not. That's not how it works. Not how it works. Fair comment, but I just want to clarify that's not actually how it works. Basically, YouTube automatically register and they tell, I'll read your next comment. JPU could likely successfully appeal the blocking, but it would take a couple of days. For someone like JPU, because they've got a business account, it probably would be quite quick actually. But I imagine that they wouldn't be able to successfully do it because Victor would actually have to give them permission. Now, YouTube do automatically scan your song, your video upon upload, and they register that it is a song that has copyright. But then what is done is completely up to the copyright holder. The vast majority of the videos we post up, it just says, copyright registered, and therefore all it basically means is I can't profit, I can't monetize the video, and then any adverts which are used can be decided by the copyright holder and will therefore profit them and not me. In some cases, the companies will block it, like Victor, which is unfortunate because then it basically means that they're saying, well, we're not going to punish you, but we don't want you to have your video online, which I think is ridiculous, but fair enough. And in ultra ridiculous cases, the record company will actually use a copyright strike to basically take legal action against you in one way or another using YouTube's system. And that's basically when they just actively are trying to make enemies of people sharing their music. All right, I'm missing a lot of comments because I'm moving quickly, so I'm going to go through here. JWS clearly likes Maiden. CMC, so Lucy 2's new song is pretty good. Guessing not many have heard it. That is on my line to do a reaction to tomorrow. Just curious, did anyone take a liking to Dreamcatcher from this channel? I'm not sure as many people did as I wanted to, but I really enjoyed that. So I'd be interested to know how many people did. I think there's one of those groups who a lot of the people who like them on this channel have been fairly quiet about it, probably because, they're a bit different from a lot of the other groups on here. But I really want people to enjoy them because I think they're an interesting part of the sort of music we listen to here. Certainly give a very different take on something which a lot of the bands we listen to here do. And they have an individual sound. So I hope that people have been finding out about them through this channel. Genuinely interesting artists. JWS, a lot of copyright claims are fake from trolls trying to shut some channels down. That is true. But that usually that's usually the sort of stuff that results in copyright strikes. The record company, they know I think this thing, like I say, one of the good things about me not editing the videos is that immediately I upload them, and in 99% of cases, immediately it says, we know you're using copyrighted material. So that's fine. A troll can say whatever they want. It's fine. Everyone knows I'm using copyrighted material. But the record company or whoever the copyright holder has basically said, we don't want to take action against people who are using this. We just don't want them profiting. That's kind of my point. I make what I'm doing very clear. And I don't edit partly for my own time's sake, but partly also because I don't want someone coming back to me and saying, oh, well, you edited it so the system couldn't find you, so you were going under the radar, and therefore you're going to be given a strike for that. It's something where I'm glad that when it comes up, you get a sort of genuine response to that, where it just says, the record company doesn't want to take action, but I don't want you profiting. And 99% of the videos we do have that response. Some of them get blocked, which, like I say, I'm fine with as well. That's perfectly fine if they want to do that. I think it's ridiculous. And I think it's old-fashioned. I think it's out of date. And I think they're killing their own artists' chances. But fine. They're not punishing me for doing it. They're just saying, well, look, we don't want you to have our music. You want to share it? Fine. It's the ones who have the strikes. That really bothers me. But that's a different subject. But fair enough. I get your point. But like I say, I don't do choppy edits, which means that immediately my copyright is on the table. Which is one of the things that I think reasons why this channel hasn't been blocked or struck. But anyway, Natasi Owan, hey Baka. Thank you for calling me Baka. I wonder if you know what that means in Japanese, but I did put it on the channel thanks to Bubs. Hello. So Fernando, heck, at 30 I was too busy working. Now at 60 I got time. That's another point. People at 30 are too busy, and a lot of them are like starting families and stuff, and can't find new music. One of my best friends in Japan, he's in his 30s, and he's awesome. He listens to all his stuff. He was the one who first told me that I should listen to baby metal on this channel, in all fairness. And he's brilliant, and he listens to all his stuff, and he's just had his second child. He's got a wife. He's got a job in, I think, advertising. I think it is. We don't talk about his work much for the last couple of years, but he does a lot of work, and he's listening to music, but a lot of people don't. JWS Dreamcatcher were the Korean band. Yes, they were the Korean sort of girl rock metal band. That's the one. I just made an account to say how much I appreciate your type of reviews instead of the endless, whoa, 6 solo reactions. They're fun, but oversaturated. Man, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really like that. That's the whole point. That's what I want to do. I want to talk to people. I mean, this is the thing. On, like I was saying, on the reaction to Bamei's new song Renet, I got a response from someone who's responded to a lot of our videos before, and they kind of came back and they really slagged me off for saying I didn't like the video, not the song, saying I didn't like the video. And I was thinking, well, hold up, this is a band who I clearly like. I mean, I'm clearly talking about how great this band is all the time, but you want me to like them 100% of the time? Well, if you want me to like them 100% of the time, then why the hell are you watching this video? If you already know I'm going to like it and I'm just going to say what you want to hear. So, you know, when someone actually says that, I really appreciate it, because that's why I do this channel. I do this channel so that I can try and find things I don't like, not to be negative, but just to start a conversation to see if other people maybe think this is something a band can improve. If you love something, you're able to criticize it. If you can't criticize it, then you don't really love it. You're just fanatical, or just trying to get a million views. All right, I'm really out of touch with where the conversation is now, so let's have a little look here. So, Ivy, yeah, the pop rock group with the darker videos. Yeah, the videos are quite dark, but they kind of, like I say, the Dreamcatcher videos are sometimes cheesy, but they're always really interesting. I really like the Dreamcatcher videos. They go from meaningful to cheesy, but always engaging. I know a lot of people think cheesy is a negative thing, but I think you can actually do some quite dramatic stuff by being more cheesy. So, Ishval, have you ever heard of Lacrima Christi? I think I'm pronouncing that right, and clearly not. One of my favorite Japanese bands, sort of like progressive power pop with amazing guitar playing. Interesting. I'm not, like I say, I mean, as a guitarist, it's weird that I don't rant more about guitar playing, but just because there's so much of it. It's kind of hard to find standout guitar playing when there's so many amazing guitarists in the world. But progressive power pop sounds awesome. Can you drop me a link? If you can do it in the Reddit, that would be brilliant. If not, pop it in here and I'll try and copy it out now. Zimph, it's a festival of sorts, Maiden's headlining. Okay. I mean, like I say, Maiden, I got nothing against Maiden, but they're from that kind of style of metal that I don't really listen to. So, and probably, I don't know if I would necessarily go mad for them, but I probably just enjoy the atmosphere of being there. But I definitely would like to see if like Baby Metal and Japanese artists there would be great. I did make up for that time when I nearly saw Baby Metal like about 4 years ago or 5 years ago in London. And then my friend screwed the ticket. Hey, JWS, I'm sorry. Yes, I did. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Fernando, Dreamcatcher was interesting. I heard a few of their songs pretty good too. Ivy, yay, my endless lobbying was somewhat paid off. Where's the next Dreamcatcher review, Howard? I'm not actually sure which one I'm going to do by Dreamcatcher next. I'm really interested in this group, actually. I know a lot of people have been mentioning their music is done in a sort of a narrative. You're supposed to follow it in the right order, and I'm not doing it in that order, so it's not naturally necessarily obvious which song to listen to next. But I'm kind of thinking I might go back to something really old of theirs, because I've been kind of moving towards their newer stuff that's just come out, and the Japanese CD is available to buy quite close to here. But it's a bit expensive at the moment, so I'm waiting until that comes down a little bit in price. Then I might just review the entire CD they did for the Japanese market. I do definitely think they are one of those groups, though, that I'm really interested to see what they do. What they do doesn't always work for me, but sometimes it really does. And I just think they have this really interesting thing where K-pop is so big now, but K-pop is such a restrictive style. For something to be pop and to be restrictive, you know, the whole point of pop is it's supposed to be playful, but most K-pop is really similar. What I like about this Dreamcatcher thing is that they are the only group I can really think of who are doing K-pop in a way that is definitely K-pop, but with the sort of experimentally playful nature that is usually more exclusively Japanese. So I'm not surprised that they've got this Japanese aimed CD that they've started marketing and it is out now on shelves. So not sure yet, but I'll see. Maybe I'll listen to something very new or something very old. I have to give it a thought. And of course, suggestions are welcome, preferably on the Reddit. Lily, I thought no editing was an aesthetic choice. It started as that choice, and it is mainly down to the fact that I want this to be like a conversation. I mean, I'm a big fan of video editing. I think I've told you guys before, I've done some directing. I did a couple of music videos that I directed before, which was really fun. I did one for a Japanese group that I managed as well, which was fun. I actually directed, I had a female duet Japanese group that I was managing, who unfortunately broke up. But I directed one of their videos as well. So I love doing video directing, but when it comes to things like this, first of all, no editing is quicker. Second of all, it's more honest. It's a proper reaction. It's a proper conversation. I'm not just, censoring what I say. You're seeing my genuine opinion. And third of all is the fact that, I mean, that's for the conversation a bit after the song, but not editing during the song. Actually, not editing during the song actually is for a different reason. That's more because I want you guys to hear the whole song. Most reactors, they stop the song to talk about a bit and then carry on. I'm like, well, it's not the song anymore. You can't react to a song that you're stopping and starting because you're not getting the flow. A song is written to have a flow and you're killing the flow. And when they chop between bits, skip ahead, which is usually done to avoid copyright in all fairness, again, I'm thinking to myself, well, how can we, the audience, enjoy this with you? And then you kind of realize they're not doing this so you can enjoy the song with them. They're doing it because they know you've already heard the song and you're only tuning in to hear someone else say they love the song as much as you do. So, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to listen to the song with you guys, preferably for the first time, if not so that you can actually enjoy the song and hear where I'm coming from when I make my comments, hear when I'm not talking as much as when I am talking. So, part of the reason, but yeah, okay, there's an aesthetic side to it as well, but there's many reasons behind why I don't edit, many of them, and time saving is one as well. So CMC agrees. So Bubs, I'm back from the shop with special brew. Oh God, listening all the way, much to the strange looks from the shopkeeper at me randomly laughing. I might be on the watch list now. I think you were on a watch list before, dude. Don't pretend like you ever weren't. Natasi, many bandmate fans border on idol fandom. Yeah. Not as many as with Baby Metal, unfortunately, but the one thing I noticed about both of these groups is the amazing number of really great conversations I've had with fans of these groups who I consider to be more genuine fans. I mean, if someone comes up to me and says, hey, you should listen to this band, every single song they've ever done is amazing, they've never done anything bad, I'll be like, first of all, I don't believe you. Second of all, you're mad. If someone comes up to me and says, oh, this band's really great, you should check out this album, it's really good. This album wasn't so great, but I liked it. Then I'm like, oh, you're a proper fan. Oh, cool. Let's talk about music. Because that's someone who actually enjoys music. Because, you cannot love everything. Even with my favorite bands, where I kind of love all of their songs on almost on principle, I can still listen to some and go, okay, well, look, I respect what they did there, but it didn't work. I think the only bands where you can love every single song are bands who are so mind-numbingly uncreative that every song sounds the same. So in other words, if you like the one song Oasis ever wrote, then of course you'll like all of their other songs because it's the same song. And you have no imagination. So, Jed West, I was talking about Dreamcatcher last time I was on. Can't remember if it was you or Lenny who told me the video I was asking were trilogies. Probably Ivy. Ivy knows a lot about Dreamcatcher. He's kind of my Ivy. Actually, I don't know. He or she? I've never checked. Ivy is my Dreamcatcher guide. So, Fernando, have you heard of the Japanese group The Drops? I've done several reviews of them. Fernando, you must have seen this. Are you talking directly to me or are you talking to someone else? That's weird, Fernando. I'm pretty sure you know I reviewed them twice, right? Anyway, and that's it. Even among Western fans, yeah. I think Western fans, it's kind of there is a tendency towards that as well. We get, I think, around the whole world, you're always getting the obsessive fans. I think generally come from many places, but a lot of them come from that area where maybe they hate. It sounds like just being cruel, but I'm just being honest here. Maybe don't have very interesting lives, don't have much that they've ever created that anyone's ever appreciated, and therefore they kind of get their respect by being the number one person at loving this artist, basically leeching off someone else's fame and success, preferably someone who's not so famous that they got too many fans, maybe an upcoming band from like a Japan or somewhere where no one else has heard of them, so they can introduce them to their friends like, oh my God, have you never heard of this? You're not as cultured as me. And then they can pretend to be the biggest fan ever, know the name of every single song and know every tiny little detail, not because they're interested, just because they want to be bulletproof fans, so that everyone goes, wow, you're an amazing fan. You know, this kind of crap. So that happens everywhere in the world. Pretty sure, yeah, Western fans as well. So Harry, I am, as you are well aware, one of the biggest Scandal fans, but I don't love Scandal 100% of the time. They have a few songs that I don't like. That's why I know you're a real Scandal fan. I need to watch out for Rampage and Dragon's Tail. I mean, Scandal security will be around the post to take a Scandal. No, but I think, yeah, I mean, I know you're joking, but and Psychotic Dolphins, I clearly didn't follow that Discord conversation earlier enough. That's how I know you're a real fan. That's how I know you're a real fan, because you can actually listen to some songs and go, you can say, oh, I wouldn't recommend that one. If you're an obsessive fan, you would never say that, because you'd be like, every single song's perfect. Anyway, where's I going with this? Bubs, and narrated by David Attenborough. Now it's getting weird. Japan is a bad word in Korea now. How did they break up because of your directing? Lol, I'm back, baby. No, you're just being an asshole. Oh, yeah, you are back. Yeah, Japan and Korea relationships are all-time low, but there's always that thing, isn't it? You know, how the countries are feeling and how the people are feeling is not always the same. You know. And as for the group, they broke up because of the fact that it was actually down to a mixture of them and my management. We had what was a fundamental cultural difference in that I was saying to them, the problem is that what they were doing was duet style pop, and they were above the age that you would normally expect to do that. They were, you know, entering their 30s, which in Japan is a bit of a no-no if you want to be sort of like a pop star. So I was saying to them, look, you need to win people over by giving away free music. And I said to them, look, I will do it. I've said out of my own pocket, you know, because obviously I'm getting my cut from eventual like ticket sales and things at concerts. I was like, out of my own pocket, I will print out 3 copies of your music, and at your, well, they did some street music as well. We did some busking with them. So when you do the street music, when all those people turn up, if someone likes it and they come up to you and talk to you, I will give them a free CD. Then you have won yourself a fan. They will like you because you have given them something for free, which no one else is doing in this city. And they just like, no. Well, one of the girls was on board, and the other girl was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving away my music for free. I'm not doing it. And that broke them up. So I went to work with solo with the girl who was on side with it, but she just didn't have she had been in this duet for so long, she didn't really have the willing to do it on her own. So shame. They were really good. But hey, here you go. Let's see. Wow, sick, very lit. Beautifully said. Perfect wording. It's more like herpes is tolerated, but Japan can. Oh, for God's sake! These reactors who chop songs are in it to make money from their channels. Well, yeah, I've got no problem with making money, but that's not why I'm here. Like I said, the Patreon is there because I don't make money from this, and if you guys want to support us, then I'll gladly give you stuff in response. But I know full well that people don't exactly have disposable income to pay to a YouTube channel for doing something the YouTube channel is going to do anyway. So I just appreciate when people can do that, but I'm not getting involved in trying to monetize this. That's not the point. And yeah, fair enough. CMC, yes, the exclusive Patreon reactions are a giveaway for those types of channel. Yeah, it's another thing. I'm not going to do exclusive videos for Patreon. I do things like when, because I'm going to start doing more of the remixes and re-recordings of songs that we talk about on this channel. And certainly I've been given some great ideas on here, like Nintendo Is. I can't wait to do that. But, you know, when we do that on this channel, I give away the MP3s of those as downloads to people who are on our Patreon. That's an example. And like the little t-shirt idea we come up with, the fun t-shirt ideas, they're going to be obviously heavily discounted for people who are on the Patreon. Like I say, those baby metal promotional things I got, I'm giving first dibs on them to people on the Patreon. But when it comes to what I actually do, which is reviews, I'm not going to say, oh, you have to pay me to see my reviews. Like, no, come on, that's ridiculous. So Nathasi, it does stifle constructive conversation sometimes. Yeah, constructive conversation is the whole point, which is why I have no tolerance for people who can't be constructive. If I get a comment on a video which is clearly from an obsessive fan, I will try to talk them into common sense. And some of them have been willing to come down off of the high horse and have a proper conversation. And you can actually, once they know it's safe to talk with their opinion, and we're not going to call them a heathen, then some of them will go along with that. But some of them just would never release their firm grasp on the fandom flagpole. JWS, understand why bad history, but government in Korea using it to cover up that crap. Not going to get too much into the history thing, because I think I've talked about it before. But yeah, I think the general feeling from both sides is the Korean government, well, they're also the current leader is trying to push for unity between the North and the South really strongly. And one of the best ways to do that is to distance yourself from Japan. So, Lenny, I keep coming back for more Bandmate despite being very critical of them. But more I listen, realize far and nice they are. I have a masochistic love-hate thing for Bandmate. That's interesting though, because you're challenging yourself to listen to them. And like you said, you actually mentioned one of your comments, you're going to go back and give World Domination a second listen now to hear it in context. And that's what makes this whole thing interesting, is that through this channel, we're getting to, test our own tastes in music. This is brilliant. CMC, Howard's channel model, Veni Vici Reacti, I came, I saw, I reacted a lot. I unpacked it. Nice. I need to put that on a coat of arms now. More I listen, more love than hate. Good. I'm glad. And like I say, that's just nice, though, that you are joining us with that. Bubs, when you look into history of that side of the world, it's fascinating parallels with European history from World War II. Yeah, lots of parallels, but, human nature is human nature, isn't it? Certain things will come across a lot. Nancy One, cute girls who brings out some weird people. Drops were great. Yeah, drops are interesting. Can't wait to hear more of them. I hope they don't stop looking at my videos, because they've been really good. But yeah, I think this is one thing that I'm going to cover in one of the videos that I'm hoping to do soon, is this whole thing about, is it possible to make it clear when you like a band who are clearly attractive women, that you can still like them objectively as musicians as well? This is a very difficult thing to express. So like you say, cute girls also bring out some weird people. It's true. If you like a band who are naturally attractive, there are going to be some nutters there. And so you look at a band like Bandmate, who, I think pretty much anyone could agree that whatever your taste, you're going to at least find one member of that band to be very attractive. You're going to find yourself in a bit of a difficult position then, because there are going to be some nutters who follow the band just because they're obsessed. So yeah, weird people like weird. How was I going to word that? Weirdly choosing their obsessions. Fernando, oops. Okay, I did pick up the drops from your review. I guess my age is affecting my memory. Okay, good. Okay, so it wasn't me going crazy. Seriously, the whole obsessive thing kind of creeps me out. A line, if you are a fan, need to watch, don't cross. Yeah, I am thinking about doing a video soon where I talk specifically about a lot of the things that we've discussed so much in this live stream. And I sort of put in a sort of plain way, well, this is how this is what a real fan is, and this is what an obsessed fan is. And also discussing the gray areas in between, how, like I say, you can love everything an artist does, and yet in the back of your head kind of know that you're biased, things like that. I was thinking about doing something about that, because it is a very interesting subject and so relevant to a lot of the artists that we talk about here, because they're Japanese and often have attractive members. So let's have a look here. Okay, I've showed Dreamcatcher's Japanese album is just a collection of Korean songs in Japanese, except for Breaking Out, I Miss You, and My Way. My Way is the most rockish one, but has no MV. Yeah, so probably worth me checking out. But yeah, still, okay, fair enough. I think you actually maybe have told that before, but it's got stuff like My Way on there. And if I'm going to do an album listen along, I maybe should do one of that just to present it to a few Japanese fans as well. I really like Jop's last song, says CMC. Fair point. Lenny, sorry, I'm on my phone. I missed what you said. Oh, okay. It's okay. I'm missing what people are saying as well. I'm trying to keep up so much. There's comments coming in really fast today. And that's it. Wait, you're involved in what band? Oh, well, I've been in various ways involved with a lot of bands, but I have managed a band who, I managed a few bands, but I managed a band in Japan who were a Japanese duo. I can give a link to the music video I directed, actually. I'll probably do that. Talking about Dreamcatcher, someone told me a video I like was part 1 through. Try to do. Okay. So I'm going to have to read through these quickly now because I'm really far behind. Just pick out a few things. I've bandmates, but sometimes when I go on a subreddit, some posts are cringy. Yeah. Well, if you, like I say, if you read that comment, I'm not gonna call out the guy. But if you read that comment that arrived on my bandmate Rena reaction recently that I picked up this morning, and read my reply as well, and you'll kind of see I try my best to reason with these people before we just kick them out the door. I thought it was 3 parts. We're talking about the Dreamcatcher thing there, the album sort of quality. Yes, bandmate subreddit was pretty good for a long time, but some more recent, probably because they've expanded abroad, and you got a lot of Western fans who just want to be, they want to be the obsessive one while bandmate are getting bigger. JWS, okay, let me take. Thanks. I can't remember who it was. Thanks, style looks similar. Harry, crazy, obsessed with pretty band members. She would iPhone crappy voice to text. Nothing wrong with thinking a good musician's attractive. Nothing wrong with that as well. So long as you are aware that there's a difference between those two things. You can say, hey, she's really hot and she's really good at her job. So long as you understand that there's no causality between those two things. Being attractive doesn't make you a good musician, and being a good musician does not make you attractive. Well, maybe a little bit that way. And yeah, I saw a Bay Metal reaction video where the person used Bay Metal to promote their own real estate company. Can you give me a link to that so I can shit on it? JDWS, Harry, yep, no, obsessing with someone who looks. There was a Bay Metal reaction that promoted his vocal coaching services. Yeah, by the way, this is one of the. I'm not going to call out these people because I don't know, and there's probably some really lovely people who do this as well. You notice that I never put on my thing like songwriter reacts or music industry worker reacts. I never put that on my video. And there are some people who do this, like sort of, guitarist reacts or singer reacts or vocal coach reacts. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of people who have your job. It's like, I don't know if you necessarily count as a world authority just because you do that as a job. I would never take that approach, even though maybe it would be profitable for the video. I think it puts an unfair weight on my expertise. Like I say, I know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about enough to know that music is completely opinion based. It's a subjective art. There are certain patterns and things that work, but you'd be insane to think that there is an authority thing. So I understand why people do that, but I wouldn't do that myself. So someone promoting their vocal coaching just appeals to that whole egotistic thing, I think, a little bit. Let's have a look at some of the other things that have been coming in. Was a big man. She's a goddess backer. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about one of my biases? Mammy, oh god, here we go. Are these vocal coaches somewhere related to music? Yeah, no, I get that. But and like I said, I don't have any sort of disrespect to these people. I just kind of look at what they're doing and I'm like, really? That's kind of an interesting way to launch yourself towards this thing. It kind of almost feels like I am transmitting to the world as an authority on vocal matters. Because I kind of think, for example, like coaching, you're doing this, and so you're commenting on a paid famous artist who probably has much more experienced vocal coaches coaching them. It kind of makes you think, you kind of have to think, okay. Sorry, that's just the way it appears to me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not being cruel towards it. I'm just kind of explaining why I wouldn't take that angle myself. Just look here. So, yeah, exactly. We know. Dread Overlord reacts. I think that's the one you were telling me about before. Maybe drop me a private link on like the Discord chat or something so I can check out some of this weird stuff. Tomomi's singing voice, just giving me chills, goosebumps, love her voice, and yes, she is cute too. Yeah, exactly. You can love someone's voice and think they're cute. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I know you've said before you really like her voice, and some people, there's sometimes be that voice that just works for your ear, and there are artists like that for me as well. Frequency issue. Scottish vocal coach reactions do my head in, breathe. His breathing is superb. I don't know that, but I'm interested. If anyone wants to give me private links to something awful for me to watch, then feel free to do that. But just for my entertainment, do that on the Discord, definitely. Bubs, I do enjoy the mad and unfunny comments I've gotten for reviews. One day I might do a comedy roast of them. I get more. I am actually going to do a video coming up towards the end of this year where I'm going to read out. So I've collected some of the most ridiculously over the top comments we received in this channel, and I'm going to do a little video about them. Harry, I like some of the vocal coach reacts people that explain vocal techniques really well, but some of them make me feel like they're like they never heard music before. Yeah, like I say, it's not to say they can't have good content in their stuff. I am just, I guess it would be, I guess that's the nice way. If they're kind of teaching you, that's fine. If they're judging the artist, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Because just for me, I'm listening to it like, don't be over judgmental. That, and I must admit, I have heard some of these ones where they give professional reacts where they're a bit judgmental of someone who is also a professional and better paid than them at the job. So let's have a look here. Same buffering. Record was skipping for a bit. Okay, guys, just can you tell me? I'm just kind of down here. Have you all got me? Working well? Is it flying nicely? By the way, Natasi, do a parody of a typical reaction video. I was actually thinking of doing that. As a thought I've had for a while. I did write a sort of a script for that, and I might well do that. So that's a nice idea. I like that. I'll give it some thought. I'll just sort of overact my way through it and just do all the tropes. This guy pretty much just selling his stuff. That's not good. Yeah. Some people talking about an Irish guy who brings in his sister just to get. So that is true. If you have an attractive woman on your thumbnail or involved in your video, even if she doesn't do anything, again, get more views that way. Okay, I'm coming through fine now. All right, apologies about that because I was so far behind the comments. I don't know when that happened, so apologies. But anyway, I'll continue. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly look at the magazine a little bit more because I put down a magazine for quite a while there. Let's see what other weird stuff. We got to the perfume page. Apparently, there's something about Bandmate in here today. I don't know who Miller is, but she looks like she's got a bit of a headache going on. Interesting, colourful though. Depressed and colourful. I wonder what she does. So there was apparently something about Bandmate. Where is Bandmate in here? Non-Stop Rabbit is apparently the name of a band. I am not joking. There is a band called Non-Stop Rabbit. What do you think of when you hear that name? 3 guys called Non-Stop Rabbit. Okay. I like the fact there's a band called Mr. Children. You just think these names are not well done. By the way, is Penguin still in our conversation? Because Penguin, if you're still here, there's a band who are really interested in you. Penguin Research. But on the other side, bye-bye. Yeah, a bit more baby metal. They're in every issue at the moment. Let's have a look at some stuff going on here. There's one called Music Analyst who is cancerous growth of a YouTuber. Ooh, link me that. It's buffering because bears are fucking with the Wi-Fi. Yeah, the bears are out there just trying to catch the signals as they go through the air. Bears jumping through the air, grabbing the radio waves. So yeah, people start giving me some links to some of this hateful crap so I can watch it and parody it. I think Natasha had a good point there. I'll go do a parody video. Daisy on the thumbnail for the win. Yeah, do you know what? When I do the parody one, I'll be in the corner going, I'd put Daisy in the background. So let's have a look here. One reviewer did 30 odd minutes reviewing on Konami's guitar playing. What a waste of my time. If they can say something useful, fair enough, but it sounds to me like they can't. Just look, Roof, yeah, reaction uploads, young guy, 1920 maybe. Unfortunately, that's how a lot of them look. Because a lot of these younger guys, we're talking about 20, they've grown up with YouTuber being a job. So their whole thing is that they just want to be a YouTuber and then they're just finding any excuse to be a YouTuber. I don't know who this woman is, but she's actually she looks quite normal, except for the fact that she's lying on a table, seemingly. Yeah, she's got a nice smile and everything. I might try and find out who she is. There's someone smiling in this magazine. I want to listen to your music now. And then just to max it up, after having a band called Bish, there's now a band called Dish. Like, you cannot make this up. Okay. Dish. Fine. Whatever. Let's just give up naming bands. So let's have a look and see what else we got here. Laura Atlas, I think he's Brazilian, and pretty much all of his reviews are that length. Can be a bit of a twit. The fact you went for an I and an A means they can't be that bad, but maybe not great. Bubs, you should have a viewing party, but turn it into an endurance drinking game. Everything should be a drinking game if we're both involved. Lenny, there's a lot of them. The reactors who go from Logan Paul approach to videos, basically that guy can fuck off. I see that behavior on a reaction video. I instantly turn off. Absolutely. And Nathasi, besides a hyperbole title, yes. There's got to be a, like, is this the most awesome song ever? Something like that. Some sort of title with, this song blew my mind. Or, it has to be something crazier, doesn't it? But yeah, some sort of song where we go, music will never be the same again. Just something like that. So Reno Bandmaid's heaviest song to date, video inspired by a scene in a horror film, like the song. Still hate the video though. Yeah, I don't like the video. And like I say, I don't know if you've seen that comment yet, but do check the comment that I got for not liking the video, which basically included something saying the last line in Reno was apparently directed to people like me. Apparently I should shut up. So there you go. But I really didn't get what the comment was coming from. This is from a guy who's commented on my videos before and just seemed to be like a nice guy. I was like, wow, you turned. And by the way, after hearing one of the songs I heard today, I don't actually think that Rene is the heaviest Bandmaid song. I think I've heard a heavier one today. Billiam of Sluts is still the greatest Japanese band name. That is an amazing name. There's actually a drink here called Slat. But because of the fact that in Japanese, the Western U turns into an A, when people refer to it, they just call it slut. It sounds like they're saying slut. Like, oh, we're going to have some slut. Okay. Fernando, smile for a review with Howard. Thank you. JDS, 1,000 subs he had and was wanting paid for reviewing bands, was asking any band interest to contact him. I know that a lot of people do that with younger bands. That's not unheard of, but on YouTube, that's a bit weird. For magazines tend to do this. Penguin, the worst reactors. Oh, Penguin, you're here. Did you see that band I showed you? Are still those who don't say anything for the whole video. Dude, you are supposed to react to the video. I just say something. Dude, you're supposed to be reacting. React. All right, I'll go look. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Hyperbole title, obscene amount of hashtags, bait and switch, and just make a video of the bears wandering around while you narrate them bitching about YouTube commenters. I do want it to be genuine parody. I like how off the rails yours have gone, but I want mine to be genuine parody. So people on the channel will know it's parody. But people who are new to the channel, who click just because they like it, might take a few seconds to catch up. That's kind of what I think would be fun with that. Lenny, what I can YouTuber for a living. Me start a channel now. Depressed former Russian shits on everything. You get a lot of depressed people follow you if you take that approach. I found how because of watching 12-year-olds react to baby metal. I like that I gave you a nice contrast to that. Then he subbed. Many names. Harry reactors are shit on a band. Realized the band have a huge following, and so yeah, I think it was you or CMC mentioned about that before, and like Bandmaid had that as well. This song changed my life. Musician reacts to Wonderwall. Oh, please tell me that's not a real one. Please tell me that's not. I really hope that's not a real one. It's so perfectly evil and wrong. Bubs and grew up to be Howard. True story, bro. Fuck you. Does he? Things is I see that comment on all band reaction. Yeah. What can I say? I don't get so much from the channel because I think most Bandmaid fans have seen this channel passingly before, and I think most now know that I do not take an ass-kissing approach. I want to find the best in things, but I do deliberately analyze them. So I think most of the nutters avoid this channel and hopefully spread the word of avoiding this channel. But so we only get people who actually want to talk about music. But you do get some stuff and you just go, where did that come from? You know? But I'm glad you've seen it as well. Every single comment section, yeah. I believe you. I believe you. I'm just glad that it doesn't happen so much on here. A modern classic, Agadoo. That place. A lost musical treasure. Okay. Agadoo. Okay. Okay. No. That can actually work. That guy, that is, I see him on every. Oh, the guy. Yeah. Well, given the tone of his comment, yeah, I'm not surprised to see him on every reaction. I mean, he sounds like he's pretty in deep to loving everything. I mean, like I say, it wasn't even my comment on the music; it was my comment on the video that made him leave that rather aggressive response. It's like, because I said that about the video. It wasn't even directed by the band. Okay, so Psyche chose the 8mm look, but she didn't direct it. They're like, dude, hell, it's okay. Okay, we can be friends. But the original version, it's gonna be one of these songs we find out there was like a sort of a 20s jazz version that no one knew about or something. Oh no, stop talking about pineapples. It's not going to, oh no, it's just turned into Agadoo land. So while everyone's talking about Agadoo, see if I can find that Bandmate article or something of interest. Okay. Some creepy stuff going on. For some reason, Harry Potter's in here, or I think I might be in the movie section, although Harry Potter ended like whenever, some time ago. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this magazine that I don't know what the hell it is. Oh, some guy's going to go bowling. Good for him. Good for him. Enjoy your bowling, sir. So it said specifically there was something about Bandmate in here, but I have, as of yet, not noticed them. Maybe the magazine was lying. Oh, there's more musicians now. Don't know who you are. Someone Nakamura, don't know who you are. Do you know what? This would be a good place for me to find. If I didn't have so many suggestions already, this would be a good place for me to find bands to cover because it's just so many. So many bands in here. This girl, Saki, is apparently punching herself. Interesting approach. Punch yourself in the face. Bit aggressive, you know. Wouldn't say I necessarily think that's the best way to advance your career, but okay. Punch yourself in the face if you must. Yeah, this is a very significant issue of this magazine. Many pages. Oh, now we're in the arts section. Can you tell us about art exhibits? So I distinctly didn't see anything about Bandmate in here. I'm just sort of quickly running through. Let's see what the comments are saying in the original time. Are you guys still talking about Agadoo? Here we go. Some more things. So Howard, when are you going to react to Galnera's recent masterpiece? That's a good point, actually. I should have done that today. Don't have to do that tomorrow, won't I? I keep it. It's one of those ones. It's kind of like on my desktop to do, and so as a result, it kind of keeps getting overlooked. So I just do stuff like, oh, there's a new like Bandmate song, and then I forget. Or there's a there's a new Ninganis song, and then I suddenly skip over and forget. So yeah, I probably should do that one tomorrow. Wow, there's so many artists in Japan at the moment, but a lot of them just look like, you know, you can immediately look at them like you are just a hairpiece. I'm not entirely interested in covering your music, but maybe they're really good and I'm just being biased and I should be less of an artist. Arsehole. Interesting word to confuse. There's too many bands in this magazine and thus in Japan for me to reliably cover in one lifetime. But, oh my God, I'm still like, a lot of this thing to go. All right, let's see what everyone's saying. Rita Sue and Dildo 2. No, don't please. It was a joke. It's getting weird. It's getting weird fast. What are you guys doing? Actually, I like my version better. Oops, I can't stand. Didn't read the card. Okay, I'm not gonna get involved in whatever the hell you two are talking about. So I didn't find Bandmade in this magazine. I didn't find many artists I knew at all. Actually, it's a rather strange issue. So I'm going to put this away in a minute and finish my beer. How are we doing on time-wise? We're coming up for 2 hours, but a couple of things we can still discuss. So I'm not going to rush off immediately, but no, didn't find what I was interested in. Fair enough. So let's have a look and see where we are. Thank you. There's still 13 people here, even though the last minute or two was just me browsing for a magazine. And now I'm drinking. There's one thing I want to check. Can you guys tell me if I start playing with this now, did I just go black and white? Because I've got some controls for the webcam here, and I don't know if they affect what I see or if they affect what everyone sees. So tell me, am I now black and white or am I still in color? If I'm still in color, then these effects only affect what I can see. If I'm in black and white, it means it affects what you see, which is interesting because it means I can actually set up. Yes, of course you did. Look at CMC name. Notice the phallic spanner in name. Phallic spanner. What's wrong with your thing, Bubbles? A phallic spanner. It means it's a moderator, by the way, Bubbles. So CMC can make you go away. You need to be careful with that. All right, so the color thing works. There we go. Which means that I can try and get the colors a bit better on this. Oh no, that's I'm too light now. Okay, this would be good for next time we do the live chat. I can actually make myself look visible so people can see me and be really happy that they can see me. There we go. That'll do. Okay, black and white. I am looking forward to your scandal listen through. Are you starting with the best scandal? And yes, you were in black. Thank you very much. I'm going to be starting. I thought, because I liked what we did with Bandmade eventually when I started going through chronologically. Obviously, I started with World Domination. Well, actually, I started with the singles, but then I did World Domination and Band Maiko, and then went back to the beginning. So I'm thinking with Scandal, I might just start from the beginning. And plus, it'd be nice because if any Scandal fans are joining the channel who weren't with us before, then obviously they can see me learning about the band from the beginning up. Yeah, okay, I've heard a couple of their recent songs, but it'd be really fun for you to sort of enjoy it as a from the beginning to the end journey. And fans can sort of enjoy watching me progress through it with them. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool, actually. So I'm thinking of starting at the beginning, whichever the first album is. Fan Expander, it was provided by the back himself. Therapy is ongoing and mostly positive for him. I like to think that therapy is working. Whether it is or not, only you can judge. Starts with him. Ah, bless you. I don't know if that was an insult or what, but thank you. Okay. So, yes. Couple of things I wanted to mention. So there's a lot of, like I say, at the moment, the reason I'm working so hard this weekend is I'm trying to get the videos ahead, like I was a few months ago, try and have like videos uploaded for like the next week so that I don't have any pressure on my shoulders anymore. And then what I can really do and what I'm really excited about doing is doing more of a special videos like we used to do, getting more creative like remixes in there. Re-recordings. There's so many specials we've been talking about for the end of this year. I do like that idea. Like, so I'm going to do a video sort of focusing on just reading out some of the funniest comments and stuff, because that's just fun, because you guys have been so supportive and we've talked so much about this crazy fandom thing before. That'd be a really good one to do. Some thought pieces that they've been written for a while and waiting to get going on, so I'll start doing them. A parody review sounds quite fun. I think I might do that. That'd be good as well for me to let off a bit of steam and enjoy. Christmas special you guys mentioned. I think that's a nice idea. I could do a little Christmas special where I do just sort of cover some of the craziest Christmas songs. Going to do the updated Babe Metal Top 10, which will probably become a top 15. Now we've nearly finished on Bandmade because we're coming around to finishing the last album I haven't heard. Then I've got some CDs that Harold gave me with some real sort of exclusive rare tracks. I'll be able to do them, and then I should be able to construct my Bandmade top 20 hopefully before the end of the year. The Korea video, there is so much stuff that we can start dropping once I have got the core details, the reviews done. So maybe this month in November there might not be too many specials, but certainly coming up in December they're going to be. Just in reply to what you're saying, CMC, Wisely Brothers, yeah, that's definitely on the list as well. CMC, you mentioned obviously Wisely Brothers again, and you mentioned the other thing from before, which I can't pronounce it anyway. Can you put both of those in the Reddit again, just to remind me? Because I go through that and I check that every week or so, and I'm going to check that again tomorrow. So if you put that in the Reddit, that will remind me to do those reactions tomorrow. The Wisely Brothers one, like I said, I want to do the EP as a proper listen through. I suddenly decided actually I want to do that properly, as it's quite a short EP. So we'll do that as a listen through. So that one I'm kind of postponing because I'm going to do it as a proper listen through, like I do with so many of the other artists. Like I say with Scandal, it's the same thing as Scandal. It'd be nice to sort of have my first listen as listening through to them, properly. So we'll look here. Lenny, Howard, have you heard of the most recent stage production of Hedwig and the Angry Inch in Japan? The singer was Queen Bee from Yitzhak. No, I have no idea what that is, and yet it sounds totally berserk. Is there a video online? That sounds mad. I made a request on Reddit. Perfect. Thank you, Nathasi. Like I say, if it's on there, you might not get an immediate response from me, but the one thing is I will definitely see it, which means it'll be easy to come back to. Wisely Brothers, yes. I already responded to you saying that. Harry, Best Scandal is their first album, so that'll be the one I'll start with. Yeah. Hello, Scandal is their first EP. 3 of the songs on it are on Best Scandal. Is it worth me listening to the EP first? Is it kind of seen as like a very different? I mean, if it's like a very raw, like homemade thing, then it probably would be good to hear it first. If it's very different from the versions that appear on the album, or at least sonically much more raw, then yes. If not, if it's just kind of like, they were adopted and cleaned up a little bit, then it's probably not worth listening to it. I'll let you judge and let me know where to start. Bubs, expression of style of 90s shopping channel, CD collection videos. I'll just do it in the version of Jingle All the Way, where Arnold Schwarzenegger played a character who was called Howard. So I'll do my Christmas special in the style of that really awful movie. CMC, a live listen through. That'd be interesting, actually. Yeah, for Christmas, I could do, because I was thinking there's a lot of songs that I want to play you guys, Christmas songs, that maybe would be copyright problems and make it too difficult for me to upload a video with many songs in it. So what I could do is I could collect the links, and then we could do it like that. I could do something where it's like a live listen through, and then it would just have to be kind of saying to people, okay, if it's a live listen through where, if we did that one as a live thing, link and sync style, then that would be one where I'd have to sort of like tell you guys in advance, okay, this will be a live listen through special link and sync event. Because I don't really like doing link and sync, but for a special one-off live event, I might well do that just to avoid copyright problems. I want for Anpo Lantern for Japanese Hanukkah. Yeah, this is another one. It's another one that I really need to. Yeah, so there's too many of them. Too many that I've missed. So guys, keep on reminding me about this stuff. And like I say, get as much of this into Reddit as possible, because if it's in the Reddit, then my memory will help. I've now officially got through the most of what I had on those lists on my computer, and I'm trying now to rely on the Reddit solely as the point to pick up the links from, because it's just too time consuming going through comment sections for multiple videos. So if you can do that, that'd be brilliant. Sorry back. Wow. Strong. Thanks, Jada. Harry, no, the songs are the same. It was put out by Kitty Records before Scandal moved to Epic. Okay, so they just bought the recordings, in which case no real point me checking out the EP. Like I say, unless you can think of a very specific reason. I'm now at the back of the room. I'm so far away. Wait a second. There's a way I can compensate for this. If I remember correctly, how do I do this? I thought there was a zoom function on this. Maybe not. What does it say? Mirror image, anti motion, but no one cares about that. Decor. Oh, no, not that. Oh no, it's gone back to default. Oops. Default sucks. I don't like default. Let's have some contrast. Oh no, I've disappeared. A bit of gamma. Oh, that brings me back. Oh, but now I need, where's my color? Oh, there's my face has returned to it. Oh no, now I'm brighter. There we go. You guys must have not enjoyed that. That was boring. Okay. I can lie back a bit now. JWS, if anyone wants to see Scandal at their very best, watch Scandal versus Budokan, but not the normal concert. Best bit is the encore. It's like a jam session. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But obviously, I'm going to get around to that after I've heard a little bit more of their actual stuff. Mood lighting. Yes, Lenny, that was mood lighting. That's what that was. I was mood lighting myself. No, Lenny, not cool. These are for mugs like me. Eh? I'm confused. Oh no, the director of Rena has taken over. Well said, nicely said. Please need cardboard white walls hurting my eyes too bright. Oh, I feel bad. There's not enough cardboard in this video. I will make an effort to either turn the camera around next time or put more cardboard. I'm going to move forwards just so I don't hurt your eyes. There we go. Let's bring the camera down a bit. There we go. Now it's too bright. A little bit less gamma would be a good idea. There we go. No, it's the wrong way. Oh, there we go. All right. Is that better or worse? That's not very good. Need to lower the gamma. Oh, there's no in between setting. Oh, there we go. All right. I like the concept, but I think Osaka Johor Sensory was better. Got a blow up of my thumbnail. Now we have Spray Tan Howard. Yeah, my face goes really red sometimes when of the controls, which is always fun. Why not? So there are so many videos that I really want to do to add to the channel. Like I say, I was kind of relying a lot on having like Bubbles and James helping, and some stuff that Sean's going to help with in the future as well, and some stuff I was going to do with some other people I was going to work with. But, you know, like I say, James has been busy and he hasn't managed to work on that series that we recorded yet. So hopefully that will happen soon. Bubbles has had like a lot of stuff going on. So he's already sort of on a sabbatical, and he will be coming back at the right time to be regularly involved. Sean, like I said, hopefully he'll be involved. And the other projects I wanted to do are just like so delayed that I just now want to focus at the moment for the rest of this year, at least, on putting out some really good, interesting, alternative stuff myself to complement the channel. So there is a lot of stuff coming, which is going to be really fun. I think December is going to be a really fun month for the channel. I think November I'm going to get ahead of the videos, and I think December we're going to have some really fun stuff. So I really hope that I'm going to be able to bring some good stuff that you guys will be able to enjoy, and have some more YouTube premieres for some of the bigger videos as well. And like I say, I'll do one solid video for the updated Baby Metal top songs list. So I'll give that like a little premiere, and the Korea special have a little premiere, stuff like that, which is kind of interesting and people can look forward to. So yeah, I mean, we started at the very beginning of January. So this channel has literally been as old as the year. We finished the radio show with a Christmas special at the end of last year, and then came straight over to YouTube after having a huge argument with the radio station, which was basically, it was solely me. It wasn't Bubbles or James. They were just sitting there, and I messaged them. Yeah, so I kind of broke off the deal with the radio station and had a huge argument with the owner, because fuck them. And yeah, the guys were really cool. And Bubbles renamed the program and the channel to Back a Breakdown to give us a new like brand, a new name. James really loved it, and then we started off on this. So the end of this year isn't just the end of this year. I also feel like it's the end of our first year. It's kind of a big landmark to me. So it's like a season finale, I feel. So I'm looking forward to dropping some really cool stuff in December, because this, like I say, this channel is hitting its first year, and I'm so happy that's happening. You know, because when we started this off, like there was a phase for like the first month or 2 months that the channel was on, like our average daily watch was like, you know, around about 100 or less, and now our average daily watch is over 3,000. So, you know, I can't say enough. I'm just so happy with what's happened. Okay, the channel has lulled a bit recently because of all the personal problems I've had, and you know, the trouble I've had managing to main channel, but we've on a plateau. We haven't dropped, And, you know, like I say, I'm in a position where I'm able and ready now to really sort of push things forward. So I'm really excited about how this year is going to end. Hopefully we'll go out on a flourish of really good views. We had really great statistics for the last few days. And then hopefully next year, really brilliant. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to drop some really fun stuff in December, and really, we'll still have our 2 reactions a day, but there'll be some really playful extra stuff coming out. So I'm so excited about some of the crazy stuff. There's going to be so many weird videos coming out in December. Just fun things that I think will add a lot to the channel, and you guys hopefully will enjoy. And like I said, that Korea video, I really want that done before the end of the year. So I'm really hoping that you guys will be able to see what happened when I was trapped for a month in Korea this summer. Anyway, and Bubbles, don't give anything away or I'll kill you. So let's have a look here. Stop making fun of Howard's skin color. He's a big fan of ballroom and prick. So it's a condition that needs more sensitivity. Can't wait to see your new vids. Thank you, Lenny. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Got the video, DVD of Bootcamp Harry, second hand and half price is new. Fuck's sake, talk about expensive. Yeah, it's going to be, isn't it? A Japanese band, like DVD live concert special. That's not going to be a cheap thing, my friend. I don't know about... I have it on my Google Drive. Oh, yeah. Your Google Drive is awesome, Harry. Bubs. Yes, gang, I will be back relatively soon, so please prepare your best insults. You will be graded. Yeah. Bubbles always is very good at making friends online. I love some of the reactions. Although his Wagaki band reaction is really taking off. You should... Bubbles, a lot of his stuff was really out there, so it didn't like draw in as many views because he was looking at more different stuff. But he did a review of Zenbon Sakura by Wagaki Band. That has got a fair few thousand views. That has got a lot of views, and people love that. So when Bubbles hits the right note, people love him. The rest of the time, they hate him. So then he Bubbles his genius. Yeah, actually, I seem to remember. Did you come to us through Bubbles videos? Didn't you? It was through Bubbles videos that you first found the channel, I think. So it was. I had it, but phone broke that I had on. You can let me copy. Nice. You can get a free copy and return to where you justifiably belong. John Jack, I love you. Thank you. Anyone who loves me, I really appreciate. I wish I knew who you were better. Feel free to talk to us so I can find out who you are. If you love me, I appreciate it. Nothing bad about being loved by people. It's certainly better than the comments I get from most of my family. So, Bubs, you're already starting with insults. Yeah, Bubs won't take compliments. He doesn't know what compliments are. Legends, I've got that. Oh, Legioness, I've got that. Oh, in regards to Yes, then I think there is a link to Sue's XX on either Dailymotion or Google Drive. Oh, it's JWS, obviously. So Natasi put in a strange, slightly... I don't know what that face is. It looks like a straining face. Constipation face. I don't know what face that is. Tell me what face that is. I'm worried now. JWS, I got on... okay, we're talking about your downloads and your purchases. I got... I've noticed we've got another person who's a really big Scandal fan who started commenting on a lot of the videos, which is kind of cool. Then he... I've gone flat, the bubble test. Don't know what we're talking about here. I'm totally disconnected. It's supposed to be crying for your family comment. Oh, okay. I'm not one of those people who has like a massive few of my family, but I don't really have much contact with them either. I mean, around the other side. People will sometimes say to me, "Oh, do you ever go back and see your family in England?" No. Did they ever come and see you? No. And they're like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Look, when I moved from the suburbs of London to the center of London, which is not that far, like one train journey, I didn't see my parents for like 2 years. No one came to visit me." So, yeah, that's my family are pretty cool, just not seeing me and not really talking to me. And it's fine. They have another brother who lives in England, and they can they can enjoy his company and the fact that he, like the whole of my family, supports and actively backs Brexit. Each their own. I'm not going to start politics right now. Harry, once you're through with Scandal, I'll let you watch Scandal's Wonderful Tonight, a concert, as well as Scuffers, their 3-hour long term. Or by hopefully by then I get to be like a mega fan, and then I'll be like, I'll probably have found it myself because I'll be really excited. But yes, definitely. I'm actually, one of the things I really like about the Scandal thing is once I'm like a few albums in, I get the feeling I'll be more on the same page. So at the moment, Harry is like the oracle prophesizing Scandal, but I'm like the person at the beginning of a journey who doesn't understand the prophecy yet. So I'm looking forward to being able to have actual relatable conversations with Harry about this, because he is like the Scandal guy. Not to say that he has scandals. What time did I say? Do you have siblings? I do. Oh lordy. I have a brother. I have a sister who I'm actually in really good communication with her. But she's a bit of a wild one. She's a bit of an outlier of the family, shall we say? But I'm very close to her. I talk to her a lot. But quite a bit older than me as well. Totally mental. Absolutely mental. You think I'm weird? You haven't seen shit yet. Don't worry about your UW fan. Bubs, I will actually come back there and punch you in the face so hard. Don't ever talk. Although I did check out their stock prices. Yeah, sorry. Me and Bubbles used to, for a short time, work in a company together in England, which was the company I've mentioned on here, who had this disgusting ability to try and convince everyone that all the employees were a family. When they treated you like crap if you didn't exactly toe the line. Everything was fake smiles. And to make it a million times worse, they were massive fans of like screwed up political games. You know, it's like, oh, you want a promotion? You're a white guy, no. So yeah, they were just, you know, they had no interest in anything to do with, you know, humanity. Lenny, Russian websites have lots of Bay Metal full concerts. Yeah, actually, this is true, isn't it? You go to like websites for countries who have like languages that maybe are not popularly spoken on the internet, and you find all kinds of like interesting hidden things that you couldn't be able to download elsewhere. Harry, JWS, talk to me on Discord if you want to. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, talk to Harry on Discord if you want to get hold of access to his drive. I have the Legend S link on G Drive. Cool. Lots of people seem to have lots of stuff on G Drive. That happened to me when I moved to Tenerife. I was disowned, it seemed. Out of sight, out of mind. I think I had a party when I left phone number, Howard. Sister, I mean. Or, wow. I didn't know that you liked me that much. Believe me, for your sake, I'm not going to give you the number. For your sake. Believe it, she's kind of like, she doesn't use the internet, she is like a real life troll. Everything she says is like she's trolling people to their faces. It's kind of like, oh, okay, you have absolutely no filter, and your every conversation seems just to be so you can amuse yourself by annoying people. So I'm pretty sure that you would probably either get along with her really great, or you'd both stab each other upon first meeting. So for your sake, no phone number. Anyway, so 2.25 hours. It's been a good one. I might start to round things up about now. Not that I particularly want to, but yeah, I've got to start working on things. I've got to get that band. I've got to do that bandmate for upload that now, and it is 2:15 in the morning, 2:20 in the morning. So I guess I better call this one quits and go and sort out that bandmate video. If you didn't check out the Bish video that I uploaded just before coming live on chat with you guys just now. So let's have a look here. Lenny, awesome sister. Yes, she is. She's if you can cope with that, then she's awesome. She's awesome in palatable doses. I'm kind of glad I live on the other side of the world from her, but nah, I love her. She's wonderful. Wonderful and totally mad. Jade Rose, perfect, made for each other. I type what pops in my head. I need a filter as well. Maybe you can marry her, and then you two can keep each other entertained, and there'll be no fallout. Let's see. Been waiting on next PM all day. Damn it, Howard. My bad. My bad. I'm going to get on it now. It's my bad for coming on here and live chatting. Although it was nice to meet you on live chat, but I know you basically want me to get lost and put that video up, so I apologize. So actually, this one's quite good, but the two which I'll be posting Sunday, Monday were really, really interesting ones. The two songs that followed this were some of the most interesting ones in the album. So really good things coming up. No, really, that explains a lot about you. By the way, Oshkosh, this was given to me by a Taiwanese friend when I came around to their house one time, like a couple of years ago, and it was raining, and I forgot my umbrella and I was soaked. He's like, okay, you need something to change into. And he gave me this. He's like, oh, you can keep it. It fits you. It fits you. Likewise, who hasn't? Thumbs up. One missing. I got 13 against 13, so everyone, but lots of people have come and gone from the conversation, so it's impossible to know who hasn't thumbs up. But hello, Casper. Unfortunately, we're just finishing, so bad luck on timing, but nice to meet you. We'll be back next week. I might do the next one a bit later because some people liked that last week, so maybe a few people didn't come in. Didn't know Oshkosh made adult clothing. Yeah, James said that to me as well. James was like, what? Oshkosh make adult clothing? I was like, I don't even know who Oshkosh are. And I was wearing it. Please, if you haven't liked the chat, please click the like button. Thank you, CMC. Well, thank you always because you're always liking things. Yes, I've now got 14 likes, 13 viewers. So some 15 likes only. Yeah, keep on liking, everyone. I like it when that works. I liked it twice. Oh, Babs, you're that person who was doing all that illegal voting fraud in America that Trump was talking about. Just found your channel. Thank you. Thank you for founding the channel. Well, Casper, definitely. I mean, we've got Discord as well. We're talking quite regularly about bands and stuff on the Discord as well, which is linked in most of the videos now. But definitely get in the comments. And like I say, we'll come back for live chat. Just, by the way, before I go, Casper, where are you? I'm just interested because I like to get an idea of the time zones everyone's in so we can try and do these live chats so that everyone can be involved. Whereabouts are you in the world, if you don't mind me asking? Yes, I usually do on a few different devices, but don't know how it works. If it works, it works. That's all that matters to me. Hello and welcome to the... Bubs, can you not just swear at people when they come through the door, okay? Where are your manners? No, you don't have any. He's a ghost. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Hey, we got another Canadian. Yeah, I think that's our third Canadian. It's 10:27 a.m. here right now. Okay, so the time we usually start for you would be 8 a.m. So it's a bit early on Saturday morning for you, isn't it? Yeah, so it's a bit early on a Saturday morning for you. I think next week's one I might start from about 2 p.m. Sorry, 2 a.m. Japanese time, so that would be 10 a.m. your time. But yeah, I'll try and keep it going so you can see that next week. So Natasha, you're in Sweden. Interesting. So for you, actually, it's in the evening, isn't it? But it's a Saturday evening, so you know sometimes you might be doing things. Okay, so is this a good time for you as well, Natasha? Trying to get, like I say, trying to get a feel for everyone when everyone's around. JWS, I know you're in Scotland. All the best trolls are. I swear a lot, but blame Canada. Oh God, I love your accent. Thank you. I think I have a wonderful accent. No, I don't. But I if someone says I do, then I'm happy. It seems to Japanese people seem to be okay with my accent. They say, oh no, they like it, so it's okay. So Penguin, you're in Germany. Okay, so Sweden and Germany, that's actually quite good. Perfectly 6:40 currently. 6:40? You sure it's not like 6:27? So in Germany, good time for you as well because you're in like the European time zones as well. Use the premiere feature on YouTube, please. I will do for things. I haven't been able to make it work for the live chat. It just doesn't seem to. I can't seem to get it working. But I'll have another look into that. It can't be. Okay. All right. So I'm being an asshole about the time. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Point taken. By the way, where in Sweden? I'm interested. Sweden's an interesting place. Whereabouts in Sweden are you? I feel like I've been served. Oh, Lenny, never shall you be served. Well, yeah, I mean that in a positive way. I need to send back at that scandal hat we talked about on Discord. Do it. Hello, Germany. Can we please vote for Euro Howard Vision? I could do Eurovision, except I can't do because of Boris Johnson. And because I live in Japan, which also kind of ruins it. Okay, football starting, night, morning. All right, see you, Jay Rose. Thank you for joining in. Linköping, is it Linköping? It's difficult to pronounce Swedish things. I don't know it, but I'm actually definitely going to look that up. I went to Sweden only once actually, but yeah, really interesting place. So I'd love to go there again sometime. So Linköping, I will look up your town, and next time we get into a conversation, I'm going to chat to you about it. The BD Design hat. 2M sounds like a bit too late for me. Oh, okay. I'm going to think. I'll have to give it some time, mull it over, and decide. It seems that everyone's okay with actually me doing the chat the same time I did today, so I might just do it the same time I did today, actually. So good enough, awesome. Everyone. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. It's 2 hours and 20 in. Coming up to 2:30 in the morning. I have to get that bandmate video sorted out, and then I want to finish a couple of beers because I've got a few beers I wanted to try today. Haven't had any time to do anything, just recording, editing. So I want to chill out a little bit and then probably go to bed about 5 o'clock in the morning. So thank you so much, everyone. Good to meet some new faces on here as well. That was really lovely. Thank you so much for getting involved in the conversation as well, Natasha. It's been really good. You really love to have your opinions on there. You're always welcome. Like I said, I know some people quietly follow the channel. Nothing wrong with that as well. But anyone who wants to get involved and talk, I like to think that we're a welcoming community, because the whole thing is disagreeing with people is the best thing. That's why CMC and I argue all the time, and yet we have a really good but consistent back and forth because we don't agree on anything. Disagreeing is interesting. If everyone agrees, then life's boring. Not to say you can't agree on some things, but it's just really interesting to have those little mixed up disagreements as well, because that's how you challenge your views and learn to like new things, or maybe just understand what other people like. So yeah, anyone wants to get involved in the conversation, I just hope you feel welcome to. So thank you to everyone, new people included, obviously Natasha as well. You've been really great in this conversation, giving us some new things to chat about. Harry Ayasamina, my friend, it's pronounced Oshkosh. Well, when you type it doesn't tell me how it's pronounced. Have a good night. Picking on me as an example yet again. That's because you're my prime example, CMC. You are the leader of the examples. You are the person who is, you run our Reddit page for us, and you are like the most active person at moving the Discord forward as well. So you're always my example. You're part of the team, sir. Anyway, thank you so much to everyone. You have a lovely evening as always. And for now, before I say it, if you've got any links, please get on the Reddit. The Reddit is linked in most of our videos. CMC's been running it fantastically. I'm calling him out again. But there are suggestions. There's one thread there that will, amongst all the threads, there's one thread that will give you access to our OneDrive account, where you can see some of the videos that have been banned, and I'll be trying to add more to them hopefully tomorrow in the next few days. So you can see some of the videos that are banned, which are quite fun, including some old ones with bubbles as well. And also there is, very importantly, there's a thread where you can give suggestions, and those ones I definitely will see. Anyway, the Discord link is not working. Okay, no. I don't know what to do about that. Scan Autotune into OneDrive. Okay, I'll have to try and work that out and fix it. But either way, definitely get on the Reddit, get in the comments on YouTube, and I'll try and fix the Discord link in future then. All right, guys. Everyone's going. Everyone's going now, so I'll just say it. Thank you so much. Kaninga Warrior, hi. Well, we're just ending now, but thank you for tuning in. I'm so sorry. After 2.5 hours, we're going. But hopefully I'll see you next week. For now, though, from Japan, thank you so much, everyone. It's been a great live stream. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.